Hey, Susan, we're live. Just
We
think
are.
we're on the YouTubes and the Twitters. But
Woo.
yeah, if you get your replays, guys, hey, if you're watching this, thanks for watching. And just we got we're 2 episodes behind, so I'm doing episode 6 and 7 back to back. And sorry if I seem like I'm rushing this, but you my cousin's got a new job. I've been working constantly, so it's hard to fucking schedule schedule everything with the way our schedules are. So Susan, do you know what episode 6 is called of House of the Dragon?
If you had asked me a week ago, I would have been able to tell you.
Yeah. So what is episode 2 or sorry, episode 6 called, Susan?
If I had, if you asked me a week
You
ago, I would have been able to tell you.
All right. This episode 6 is called The Princess and the Queen. And I would say, guys, on this stream,
Okay.
the bulk of our podcast here will be episode 7. Episode 6, I wouldn't say it's too much of a filler episode, but I do admit that episode 5, it wasn't the best one, and I felt like it was kind of short. Episode 6, we're not going to break on too much time, but we're kind of doing this to catch up on 6 and 7, then get to the finale, okay? So this is called The Princess and the Queen, and Susan, as usual, as my buddy who reads the books, let me know what's good and what's bad. All right. But
I can start with the title. So, The Princess and the Queen was
mm,
actually a short novella
filler.
that George R. R. Martin wrote before he ever wrote Fire and Blood. It
Okay.
was partnered with The Rogue Prince, which I've told you about in the past.
Yeah. All
So,
right.
that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh boy. Well, episode 6. Let's see. We start with a dragon head, and well, sorry, that's a recap. The recap
Yep.
was having a dragon head from our Rhaenys is dead. Sucks, unfortunately, but there's a dragon head. And yeah, the council here for Rhaenyra, the council isn't that happy with everything going on. She
Yep.
sends this dude, what's his name again? To Harrenhal to go mess with Daemon.
Oh, fuck. I forgot what. I think he's
Jesus.
it's been like 2 weeks since
You should
all
know this
this.
shit. All right.
I should. Damon's like
Okay.
intimidating Alice Rivers.
Yep. The witch.
Aemon's like pissing off Allison.
Yep. Okay. Corlys has
Um
been offered the hand of the queen.
yep.
Can't say
And
anything. Yeah. The two
those are
brothers,
his
illegitimate sons.
yeah, his illegitimate sons.
Yep. Uh,
Um
the what we call the Riverlands people. They're not going to
yep.
bow to Daemon because
They're
Daemon's a
not
piece of shit.
yep.
They're trapping the people inside. Okay, we're moving on. So
Masaria sends someone in as a spy,
mhm,
and Rhaenyra and Jace start looking through the histories to try and find
yep.
people with Targaryen blood become Dragonriders.
Okay, that's a quick recap. Sorry, guys, 2 minutes in, and now we're back to wieners.
Yep.
House of the Dragon, the Princess and the Queen. I got
Yep.
it for you, Susan. Okay, now we get this pretty good scene right here, and guess what? These guys, the Lannisters, they have the lion crest, and also they have actual lions inside
They do.
cages. And beautiful shot right here.
Oh yeah.
These guys, they came and they're not here to fuck around. They're not here to
Not
play.
really.
But basically, they say that we're here to finish off the Riverland scum. And this guy, the same guy in the council, correct? Or is it, actually, my friend Lance would say this is the council guy's brother, to my knowledge.
Yes, this
Same,
is Jason Lannister.
same actor, different characters.
Yes.
All right.
Unlike Eric and Arik, who were actual twins in real life, this they did like the Parent Trap with Lindsay Lohan, where they had her in 2 places at once.
Yeah. So for the most part, he says, "Hey, listen, we're gonna wait until Aemon gets here with this dragon, and we're inserting ourselves into your hospitality. We're gonna camp out and just deal with it."
Yeah, and he basically tries to like demand that Aemon go, and Aemon's like, "Who the fuck does he think he is?" Yeah.
So Aemon is pretty pissed off. How dare he summon me? Because I'm not a dog to be summoned. But they want the
Like,
Prince Regent's help.
You can want his help, but like don't demand that he go and like
Yeah.
be like your lapdog.
Oh,
Because that's the only reason they want him there in the first place. They know he has the world's largest dragon.
yeah.
They basically want him as like their. They don't want to do any of the work.
Yeah, and his council does mention that there is a very large dragon that's flying around Riverlands. They come into an important part of the story later on, but right now there's an untamed wild dragon flying around. All right. But Daemon's dragon, what's his name? Caraxes is like, yeah, well, Daemon, his dragon's least of the worries, and right now they're not really worried about Daemon, but
Not really.
they're talking about this blockade. They're sick and tired of this blockade that was set up by Rhaenyra.
Yep.
And okay, he's talking about Lannister and Hightower ships will take months to arrive. and Corlys will be a factor since he's the king of the seas.
Yeah.
And they talk about the Red Kraken waits. Okay.
So the Red Kraken is Dagon Greyjoy. He's
Mhm.
an ancestor of the characters of Theon and his sister Yara in the show, Asha in the books.
Okay.
And he's a pretty big badass. Like after the Dance of the Dragons, like he takes like multiple different salt wives. He does like all this
Yes.
different shit. Like he's a thing. He'll become a thing.
Okay. They mentioned the Dowager Queen and marrying off the different the queen and her daughter, to my knowledge. Because
They can't really
Oh.
they can't really like marry Helena off. She is still married to Aegon.
Okay.
Alicent they can, but
Yeah. That bitch.
like if she's not for that. She doesn't want that shit.
Well, Aemond tells Sir Kristen that's time to head to Harrenhal, don't you think? Maybe you should go. Maybe you should go mess with Daemon. And of course, they're kind of all against it, but the thing is, Aemond, he is not afraid of his uncle. He says right there, "I'll fly out to meet you when the time is ripe," and he welcomes a challenge from his uncle,
Daemon.
Now, Alicent has a very good scene with her son right now, and boy, she's talking boldness, overconfidence, and he's basically like, "Hey, mother, remind me of your place. What exactly you do on this council?"
Yeah.
And she's like, and to her credit, she's like, your father, King Viserys, basing the last decade of his life, I was running shit. And the short version is, that end is needed. You are no longer obliged. And he kicks his own mother out of the council, and she's like, "Whoa, you bastard!" But and have you not sufficiently been avenged for all your wrongdoings? Because he's still sore about his eye, understandably so, and just tells his mom, like, "Yeah, mom, I don't need you. Get out."
Yeah.
And so Corlys is back, and he officially puts on the pin.
Yeah.
He whips it out, and now he did take up Rhaenyra's offer to be the hand to the queen.
Yeah.
And okay, so
because basically what would it be his other options? Because he's no fan of the Hightower ones either, and all of his grandchildren are on Rhaenyra's side. So he's like, what's his options?
Yeah. Now this character pops up. This is Sir Steffon Darklyn, Your Grace. Yeah. Now, oh boy. So Rhaenyra says that, and she's right. She does hold an island. She has Corlys on her side. She does have. He has the best army and the best fleet of the best ships in the land. The problem is she's on an island with no fucking army and no ground troops. So she tells Sir Steffon Darklyn that basically, we need some more dragon riders. And now she's pretty desperate, but there is Daemon and Caraxes and the Rivermen. Well, kind of can't trust Daemon. He's out there doing his own thing. But we do have Vermithor and Silverwing. And for Sea Smoke, we're still not sure. Sea Smoke is just flying around, doing his own thing.
Yep.
Basically tells him that, hey, we have dragons here. We have no riders. And he's like, well, what do you want me for? Well, we were looking at the history books, and apparently there's some Targaryen blood inside of you. Okay. And of course, this guy right here, the old guy, is telling that Rhaenyra that, you're playing a very dangerous game. You can't just make dragon riders of anybody. But Rhaenyra's pretty goddamn desperate. So, the dragons are gods. We've established that people, they see the dragons as being these omnipotent beings, and they're gods. They're not just regular creatures. We know there's a big flying lizard that shoot fire. But she tells him that, hey, Sir Steffon, do you want to take a chance to become a dragon rider? Of course, to claim a dragon, you also must be prepared to die. Oh boy.
I mean, she's not wrong, because if dragons were easy to maintain and easy to manipulate and easy to ride, everyone would be doing it. It wouldn't just be a Targaryen thing. And that's why she's looking for people with Targaryen blood, because it's it doesn't matter who your parents are, but it kind of does.
Yeah, and of course, being the knight he is, and a man bound by loyalty and honor, he swore his oaths, and I'll try it because I swore to my queen. Now, Daemon is still in Harrenhal, losing his fucking mind. Guess who pops up? Good old It could be cheap member-berries, but whatever. I am very happy to see Paddy Constantine. Constantine. I keep saying Constantine.
Yeah.
But he's still now. I wasn't sure if they would filmed. It seemed like this was old footage in a sense, because he was repeating lines from season 1 the
The
air.
air for a
Yeah,
day and all
but
that stuff.
but to my knowledge, Patty was credited to being in season 2, so I guess this is
Yeah.
still Patty, filming new scenes but repeating the same lines. It's still Damon being haunted right there,
Mhm.
Order of Your King, and just everything Damon was doing in season 1, just being a really shitty fucking brother. But Damon, he wants out, and yeah, right now he's losing his fucking mind. He feels this guy, who's him again? This is Laris's uncle.
Uncle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he thinks that the old man is messing with his head, and Damon's being very paranoid. He's not getting much sleep, and yeah, do you think are you messing with my peace? And no, my lord. And he even thinks that
Simon
maybe
Strong.
Simon, yeah, he's like, Simon, maybe you're fucking with me, but whatever your game is strong, it's not going to work.
But
And Damon, sorry,
it's not him fucking with him, it's Alice
yeah,
fucking with him.
yeah, but Damon doesn't know that. Damon's like just going fucking batshit crazy.
Oh yeah.
So Damon leaves, and he has there's the good old bloodworm. Need to get up out of here and stuff. And he has some words with the witch. And yeah, somebody's been
Alice.
poisoning me. Someone's been fucked with my head. And is it you? But and she mentions the ghosts and the curses, and he doesn't believe in all this bullshit. But he says he's awake. He keeps losing track of time, and he's getting really, the guy's losing sleep and getting pretty pissed off.
Yeah.
She goes into the whole spiel about, you're not a player, but you're a piece on the board. This is bigger than you. And let's see, the crown. So she does make a very good point that, your brother Viserys, he never wanted the crown. It was given to him, but he didn't want it. But Viserys took on responsibility being king because it was his obligation, but he didn't want it. The difference is, Damon, you seem like you want it, you're thirsting for it, and even your wife/niece, she didn't really want it. Rhaenyra didn't, but it was thrust upon her.
Yeah.
So right there, Viserys never wanted for himself. And it is not a prize to be won, but a burden to bear. Well, that old saying goes, Susan, where, was it heavy that wears the head that wears the crown, or some shit.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Yeah. And I said, I do like lines like this where if you have any counsel for dealing with the River Lords, I'd be glad of it. But right there, Daemon Targaryen asking for help, and Daemon doesn't ask for help. Daemon's a douchebag.
He really don't.
Yeah.
Daemon lives life by the beat of his own drum.
Yeah.
So it shows a lot of how everything's affecting him, that he's willing to listen to what she has to say.
Yeah. And now this kid, Lord Grover Tully, the kid we seen in the previous episode, it's his grandsire that's the current Tully, but he's sick. Oscar, he's sick and dying. And well, the bottom line is, while Oscar Tully is still alive, the kid can't do much. But just, it would be a real shame if something were to happen to Oscar Tully, right?
Yeah.
And she pulls out a real owl. It's kind of cool. She pulls out a fucking mouse and feeds the mouse to the owl, which, I guess she's an owl. But right there, I need help, Alice. Like, oh, I mean, Daemon asking for help. That doesn't happen.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah. But she says right there, hey, listen, in 3 days' time, the winds are going to shift and something bad's going to happen. I wonder what. But
so back to the dragon pit underneath Dragonstone and Sir Stephen Darkland. He's going to try to, I believe that's Vermithor. He's going to try and get him to concede to him. And well,
do not show fear, Susan.
Yeah.
And at first he looks away, almost like, yeah, come on, buddy, come on back, hop on. It's
like, come on, we're buds. Like, you're part Targaryen in some way.
And then just like, wait, 1 second. And
that ain't sea smoke.
Excellent CGI. And what's he doing? And this poor bastard on the side too. So yeah, apparently this guy, you're not worthy.
Nope.
Yep. Now we're back to okay, friend. Is this Alan?
That is Adam.
Adam, okay. So Adam, we're back to Adam, and here's Alan.
And that's Alan.
Yep. And Corlys is basically talking to him that, hey, you're my first mate. I need you. But and he wants him to come along and be his first mate. And we're back to this girl, and apparently I forgot this, but during season 1, Aegon was
her name's Diana.
Aegon was doing things to her. Well, we'll be careful to say on YouTube and Twitter, but she had to take the morning after pill. We'll say it that way. But she may play an important part to the storyline. We'll see it later.
Yep.
This guy pops up again. What's his name? This is the guy who claims that he's
That's Ulf.
Okay, that Ulf. He claims that he's Daemon's half brother, correct?
Daemon and Viserys' half brother. He claims that his father is Balon the Brave.
Supposedly. And like everybody, he's bitching, moaning, groaning. Man, the city sucks. We're just eating fish all day. We need some meat.
That's all there is.
Yeah, nothing to fucking eat.
Yeah.
But
Because of the blockade.
And what they're doing is this woman who was, to my knowledge, wasn't this woman right here? The one on the side, isn't she Amon's like the queen of the whorehouse or something?
Yep.
Okay. And they're spreading rumors like, man, good old Viserys. Viserys was a good king. He would eat well. He dined, but he made sure he took care of his people, racks of lamb and things like that. Right there. The royals would never countenance me. King Viserys loved his feast and his wine, but never while our small folk went without. So King Viserys was a great king. And boy, since Aegon took over now, Aemond, we're all starving. It sucks. But only if like the rightful heir, only if Queen Rhaenyra was here, man, things would be so much better if the rightful person would be here.
Yeah.
And that's how things happen. People like small talk, people like gossip, and never underestimate the power of your people.
Exactly. Because that's the thing. These people, they can make or break the royals.
Hey, Jericho. How you doing? Sea Smoke. So I was Sea Smoke. Okay, yeah. Sea Smoke did him pretty dirty there. Yep. You are not worthy. So now Rhaenyra is back with and she's arguing with this guy right here. What's the old man's name again, Susan?
Oh God, I forgot which one he is. She has so many at her side. Only so many.
Well, he's bitching at sorry.
I love how she reacts here because honestly, I would probably react the same way. It's like, bro, like all you do is bitch and moan and groan. You don't give anything, like you don't give any actual constructive criticism. You're just gonna keep sitting there bitching and bitching and bitching. So you know what? Bow! Right upside the head.
And she backhands him. But she is right in the sense that, listen, I am the queen and show me some proper fucking respect. And this council has been giving her shit left and right. And the old man's been pretty loose with his mouth. And you know what? It's time to backhand you, old man. So, and I did like that line, kept the screenshot. It's my fault. I think that you have forgotten to fear me. And she's not wrong.
More than likely it is Lord Celtigar.
Yeah. Now she's having some conversations with what's your name again? Mysaria. I keep forgetting the white worm, white smoke. I'm bad with names.
She's the white worm.
White worm. Okay. But yeah, and they're just having a conversation about everything going on and what we already know, that the small folk of King's Landing are listening. She's planting the seeds and trying to slowly get the small folk to turn against Team Green. Right. Yeah. Okay.
And that's the main thing. And that's why, like, the one chick from the whorehouse, she's going around and she's saying, like, my girls, they were at the castle and they ate. Like,
hey, so Susan, was that Lord Celtigar?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
But she's mainly like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why she's telling them, like, my girls were at the castle and they were feasting while, like, everyone else is starving. It's because of Mysaria there sticking someone in as a mole and telling them, like, look, this is what you're going to tell them. This is what's going to happen. And it'll start an uprising.
Yeah.
In the best way possible. In Rhaenyra's favor.
Yeah, planting the seeds. So now we're back to King's Landing right here. That's the last one. Thank you.
Hugh Hammer.
Good old Hugh, who had a very sick daughter. His poor wife. These people are starving.
No, yeah, that's his wife. Sorry,
and she's like, I'll take anything. I'll take scraps. We are fucking starving. Things are bad right now. And the poor woman is desperate. So, and we see some sheeps going by and people like, man, you guys got plenty of sheep for your dragons, but boy, but we're all fucking hungry and too bad assholes. But you're seeing the people, the commoners becoming pretty restless and things aren't going good. Now, so we get back to Aemond and Aemond's talking to the council and boy, the people are getting pissed off and he's having some words, towards, what's his name again? The cripple dude?
Larys,
yes. Cripple boy.
Larys, it rhymes with Varys.
Yeah. Now, Larys just being the guy that he is, man, so far, Aemond, everyone else had a hand to the king. It occurred to me that you haven't yet named a hand of the king. And, okay, but you may need one. And, of course, he's like, you know what, man? You're right. I've had a little patience, and I should make a hand to the king. And every king does need a hand. And, of course, Larys is like, you flatter me, my lord. I never would be hand to the king. And best line in the fuck episode, Susan. Hand, not you, you toad. It's like I wasn't gonna fucking even hand to the king. Let's see. Tumbleton for later, folks. Hugh's wife keeps mentioning her brother in Tumbleton. Okay. And Susan, you know that stuff.
Tumbleton. I know it. That's why I haven't mentioned it.
Get to that. But what does he do? He says, hey, fetch Otto Hightower, which people know this, that everyone speculated eventually we'll see Otto again. Some people would say, why would he want Otto back? But he says right here that, hey, listen, Otto could be a prick, but hey, his devotion to my family has never been in doubt. He knows for a fact that Laurie's here. Laurie's is a piece of shit, and he has no loyalties to anybody but himself. Otto, the guy was flawed, but he was a good hand to the king, but also he loves his family. That's why I said, yeah, go fetch my grandfather, bring him back.
Yeah.
And remember, too, Otto wasn't kicked out by Aemon. Aegon kicked Otto out.
It's true. Aemon, I feel like he has a little bit more respect for Otto that Aegon does not give him. And for reasons, obviously, like Aegon is...
Sorry, Joe, go ahead. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for hanging out with us.
But yeah, Aegon just... That kid, for the most part, like, he knows he's being used as a freaking tool in, like, their plans. Whereas Aemon knows that they won't do the same thing to him. So it was definitely a big mistake.
Yeah. But Aegon, he has woken up and he's still alive. He's pretty fucked up, but he's still alive. And well, just again, great, excellent makeup job by the makeup department. Boy, it's like he
so we were eating during the scene and it's like, oh damn, dude, like munching on pizza and shit, and it's like
they're peeling it off and yeah. But Aemon, and boy, look at this poor kid's leg. Like, he's healing.
He's healing, but like he'll never be able to walk properly again.
Yeah.
He's missing like half the hair on like one side of his head. Like he's burned badly. And like I said, it is his fault.
Exactly. I hate Nashalini 17. Yeah, 100%, man.
Nashalini.
You know what? I'm bad with names. That's why you read the books. It's his fault.
It is his fault.
Yeah. Well, we did say that. Yeah. I mean, losing Otto, you're right, was a big mistake. And eventually he'll come back in. If he stayed home like his mother told you, goddamn right, man.
But he got drunk. Here's the thing, though.
He got drunk and stupid.
How many men in this world, when you tell them, hey, do this, do they actually do it? Do they actually listen?
100%, Jericho. Yes. The show is doing a great job making you empathize with the position now. Yeah.
Oh, they definitely do. Oh, yeah. There's no denying that.
100%.
I said that in, I think, our rewatch from episodes 1 and episode 2. In the history telling of the Dance with Dragons, like, you hate Aegon, but when they're filming it, you sit here and you're like, maybe he's not as bad. But it's like, you still want to see Rhaenyra win.
Now, this part right here, remember, Aemon had like that white ball they always have, remember the balls with their council table, and the way he holds it to Aegon's belly and pushes down, you can like hear it. You can hear like the oh man, and
you know it hurts.
Yes, and he knows it hurts. He goes, yeah. And no, you challenge. What was your name again? Melis. And
Melis.
So, brother, what do you remember, brother? What happened that day?
Remember nothing.
And now, right here, this is Bethany Arise in chat. Let us know. Do you think that does Aegon remember, or does he have amnesia? I think Aegon's like, I remember, but I'm gonna play stupid. Like, I remember shit, brother. Please don't kill me in my sleep. I mean, is that how you took it, Susan?
Like what?
The Aegon he remembers, right?
I honestly don't know. Like, a part of me thinks he does, but and he's just like trying to appease Aemon. But a part of me is also like, maybe he doesn't.
See, I'm not sure, Nacho, because Aemon, he aimed at friggin' Rhaenys and his brother. I think he was pissed off and just like, yeah. So my wife and I are kind of like thinking to ourselves, the blacks are stacking WS, but you watch a family drama with the greens, you can't help feeling like Helena, Allison, Aegon. Yeah. He needed the dragon. Yep. But so so my prince, what's going on? He goes, oh, don't worry about it, my grace. You're gonna heal up and take care of him. And it seems my brother's got a long recovery ahead of him, Grand Maester. No problem.
Oh yeah.
But, yeah. And right there.
And the problem is like, here's the problem with the small council.
Mm-hmm.
The small council, though Aemon is a little bit, well, I'm not even gonna say a little bit. He's a lot smarter than Aegon.
Mm-hmm.
He's Daemon 2.0.
Mm.
But Aegon, we know for a fact, like, they want to control him. They know he's not smart. They
Mhm.
know they can manipulate him. Their main concern is, we were talking about that. They want Aegon back to normal and quickly because they don't want to have to continue to contend with Aemon, because they know Aemon's not going to.
He was like pressing the small count's orb into his wound in that scene too. Oh yeah, so saying Jericho.
No,
Like
he is not as smart as Daemon,
uh,
but he's a lot more intelligent than his brother.
yes, but no,
Let's
like
say
you're
that.
saying, like yeah, he was holding the ball against his stomach and pushing it in. You're like, oh, that shit hurt me watching it. Like, damn, dude. Like,
Now the thing with Rhaena here, and that's actually Joffrey that she's with.
okay,
They're just going for a walk, going through a
and
stroll.
what's
They
this?
find like burnt freaking like livestock.
Look at that shot.
And yeah, and you're wondering like, what dragon is
What
this?
the fuck?
And there is a dragon in the Vale that, you know, no one knows is there.
Yeah, and look right here. It is a baby dragon.
That's her little brother Aegon. That's his dragon.
Yeah. She deserved a dragon. Yeah, well, I mean, the dragon, it's like the wand chooses. It's, Aemon and Daemon are kind of like stories of second sons on either side of the Dance of Dragons. Yeah,
they very much are so.
Well said.
So there's different things to do with Rhaena in this. There, not to give too much away. Eventually, Rhaena is going to ride a dragon.
Well, yeah.
But the thing of it is, are they going to stick to the books and have her dragon be born? Or are they going to try and combine her with another character from the history that we're not sure if they're going to actually like present this girl in any way, shape, or form? Which, if they do, okay, cool. But I kind of hope they don't.
Yeah. And as you said before, Susan, it depends on the character, but some of these people, some of these dragon riders, they're bonded to these dragons from damn near birth.
Yeah.
And that makes the bond that much stronger. That's why Aemond often can't control Vhagar, because it's so fresh.
Yeah.
It's like,
that was the biggest issue for him and Luke in the sky during their battle. Luke is still a fresh dragon rider, whereas Aemon's been riding Vhagar since he was like, what, 8-9 years old? But maybe 10 at best, maybe a little bit. Yeah, probably like 10. But the thing is Aemon is not as bonded because Vhagar is an old mount to begin with.
Yeah.
Rhaenyra has complete and utter control of Syrax because Syrax was born to her.
Yeah.
Caraxes knows only one other rider besides Daemon, and that was, like I've told you before, it was Rhaenys' father, Aemon, who was his last rider. But Vhagar's had multiple people that have ridden her.
Yeah. Now, keep forgetting, what's her name again? The Tully here. She's the queen of the Eyrie. I forgot her name.
You mean Arryn?
Arryn, okay. Arryn of the Eyrie.
So that is Jane Arryn. That is Rhaenyra's cousin on her mother's side.
Sure. Now she basically like, hey, listen, you lied to me. There's a wild dragon flying around here. Like, well, we heard rumors, but we weren't really sure about it. She's not wrong, but just kind of been proof. But
naturally, I agree with you. Luke did deserve better.
Sorry, Luke deserved better. Yeah, poor Luke. Now, this was a scene which I didn't notice this at first, Susan. Okay, so we're back to Alan and Adam.
Adam. Yep.
Okay. Now, the one on the right, that's Alan, correct? And he's
Adam.
Adam, Jesus Christ, bad names. So Adam is younger brother. He's basically venting to his brother that, hey, listen, boy, we know that Corlys is our father, correct? And we are the bastard sons, and I expected our father to be much more. Now, at first, Adam here is shaving his head. I thought shaving his head was part of like being a sailor, being out to ship, being out to sea. What he's doing, if you look closely, is that he actually has white hair.
He does.
And that's why he's shaving his head.
It's true.
Which at first I didn't catch that on first viewing, which I'm like, oh shit. So to cover up the fact that
he is the son of Corlys Velaryon.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, because how many other people in the story have platinum blonde, almost white hair?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's very obvious that Corlys would be his father.
Yep.
or someone with Valyrian blood.
Yeah. And Adam's telling him like, "Hey, brother, you saved his life, and we kind of deserve more." It's like, and they're not wrong that in this situation, Corlys is being kind of a shitty father. Like,
Mm.
we know you're our dad, and you're kind of like disowning us. And even Rhaenys, before she died, was saying that, like, these two, it's not their fault they were born, and you're kind of being a horrible father. Yeah.
But he was also kind of a dick to freaking Laenor and Laena, if you think about it.
Yeah.
And it's like he wanted to marry Laena off to Viserys. She didn't want that, obviously. Rhaenys didn't want that, but Rhaenys knew the way of the world. Laenor's gay, and Rhaenys said flat out, she's like, his children will always be in question, even if they do come out as his.
Yeah.
She's like, because everyone knows what he is. You just refuse to see it. And it's like, bruh, you are so hell-bent on, like, furthering your station that you don't care enough about, like, what the happenings of your own children.
Yeah.
And that's where I personally love Rhaenys more. So, because she understood her son and daughter, even though Adam and Alan aren't hers, she understands them. Like, you suck to some degree, dude.
Yeah. Well, we are back to Rhaenyra and her son Jace, and basically saying like, "Yeah, you slapped him, Mom." Like, well, he's lucky I didn't rip out his fucking tongue for the way he's been back talking me. But it was a bold attempt. But she's like, I'm desperate, kid. I'm out of options here. I tried being protected, but it's like, and she's right though. They must see me as a ruler, because right now her council, it's like she is the queen to them based on their oaths to Viserys and her station, but they still don't respect her.
They treat her like she's a little kid still. Exactly. And it's like, dude, like, she's not a small child. She could wipe all you out if she really wanted to, if she just hopped on the back of her dragon. She refuses to try and cause as much mayhem and destruction as her brothers are trying to cause, as her husband wants to cause.
Yeah.
But they don't see that.
He's like, we need Daemon. She's like, I'm sick of hearing about Daemon. Boy, she's really pissed off at her husband uncle right now. But he's not wrong. The whole point of Daemon going to Harrenhal was like, boy, we need the Riverlands armies. And it's becoming a problem. But so she pops back up, and my queen, our gift is sent. Queen, gift? What gift are you talking about? And boy, these poor people out there just scavenging for food. And we keep saying us lazy fat Americans, I had some Burger King today, and we're all kind of chunky and taking food for granted. These fuckers are starving.
Subway, I don't care about you.
These fuckers are starving. And look, a gift was sent, and food.
Yeah. And in fact, like, that's just one ship.
I'll get the screenshot. Yeah. Look at all that beautiful, delicious food. And hey, your queen loves you. Queen Rhaenyra, she's sending out to the people. And what a good way to help out the people, which is kind of funny, though, because Rhaenyra is why the blockade's happening and why they're all starving. But then Rhaenyra is now also the hero.
Because here's the thing. The blockade is to cut off for the Targaryens and Hightowers in King's Landing. Yeah. It's not to cut off the small folk. Unless the small folk are on their side. The small folk have given up on being on the Hightower Targaryen side, because what have they done to try and help them? Nothing. So what does Rhaenyra do? Hey, guys, like, y'all want some help? Here's some help. Yeah. Who loves you?
The queen, the rightful ruler. Now we're back to, the maester, and he's telling Alicent, like, yeah, your poor kid, every 10 hours, he's sleeping 9 hours. And just now she's such a loving mother. She's such a kind mother.
She cares so much.
Yeah, after she's been burned, half his body's been burnt.
Mother of the fucking year again.
What a great mom. After, what's he, 17 now, 18?
Closer to like 20. Yeah, but like that.
Now she loves her kid.
Yeah, now he's like the apple of her eye. Like, he can do no wrong. Mm-hmm. Like, forget about the fact that, like, you put a crown on his head, you are sending him to war, you killed his kid, like, you sent him, you basically told him not to do something, and like any man, he just went and did it anyways, because fuck that, I'm not listening to you, bitch.
Yeah.
And then what happens?
What she does finally is just, again, what a great mother. She's like, yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, she was sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yep. But she does give her brother, she gives him her blessing. and she did send ravings to their father, Otto Hightower, to Highgarden and Old Town, and a pretty decent scene right here. Basically, he's breaking down that you were father's favorite, and she's like, just the whole. He's wondering about their lives. Had their lives been different, had she been born a boy, had he been born a girl, how would things be different? Because father did love you, and father was grooming you to be a ruler, not me.
Yeah.
But, and of course, hey, look, she mentioned it right there. The first time she said this, her son, Susan, you mentioned last episode, the kid we've never seen, the kid we never even heard about until this point. She has more kids that aren't even haven't even been part of the fucking show yet. Holy shit. And she's asking him, basically break down my son. And while you're a kid, he's pretty kind. And it's kind of messed up the fact that you know nothing about your son, and your brother, his uncle, knows more about him than you do. And damn.
But so I don't think it's the fact that Corlys has a Targaryen mistress. I think it's more along the lines of anyone with Valyrian blood could possibly ride a dragon. Corlys himself, the Targaryens and the Valyrians have intermingled so many times throughout history that Corlys himself probably does have a dragon riding gene, if that makes any sense. But he just never capitalized on it because dragons were supposed to be wholeheartedly a Targaryen thing.
Okay.
Whereas they're more the seafaring type.
Yeah.
As opposed to the dragon riding type.
Yeah. And well, also even the Targaryens, but not every Targaryen is a dragon rider, correct?
That's true. Okay. Not every person with Targaryen blood is going to be a dragon rider in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
Because now Viserys, Daemon, Rhaenys, Emma, their grandparents had multiple children and like 4 or 5 or more grandchildren.
So I thought the whole Salt and Sea family creed meant they weren't dragon lords. Nah.
But the thing is there have been multiple Targaryens throughout history who they tried to claim dragons and they wound up getting burned to death.
Yeah. It says, and their highborn kids were Rhaenys kids too.
Precisely.
Yeah. Good call, Jericho. So yeah, and like you said before, so when we get to this right here, it's funny how they say ages. They don't say 16 or 17, it's 10 and 6, meaning her son, Darren, is 16 years old.
Yes.
Okay. And he just breaks down, he's a playful kid, nice guy. He's good with his loot, and he's very kind. Right there. He's kind. And she does make that, boy, she's like, kindness is a quality I found lacking in his brothers. Because their other kids aren't kind.
With the exception of Helena. Who everyone loves.
Well, her other sons will say not that kind. But
well, it's a thing even in the history of it that Daeron's the one that everyone loves. And everyone is for. And when shit goes down and different things happen, everyone's like, we love Prince Daeron and like this, that, and third. Fuck Aegon, fuck Aemon, Daeron for king, like that type of shit. But
so just another branch of the family tree we can't wait to see. Yep. So the proto Rhaegar, I don't know this. I mean, you guys know this stuff. So my premise, Jericho, is like I'm always catching up and like say she's the bookworm. I'm the one watching the show, and that's why I get half the fucking names wrong. But so they're gonna leave. She prays to the warrior, and hey, look, her boy toy, Kristen.
Oh her man.
Still with his PTSD.
Yep.
But so she talks to let's see, Helena, talk about lighting a candle, and then we get back to good old Hugh, and I'm not sure if that's the same dog as the rat catcher dude. It is. That dog. What's up with this dog?
That dog, I love that. I love that dog. He reminds me of our dog. He is so cute.
Now, guess what's about to happen, boys and girls? A big fucking riot's about to break out because everyone's starving and like mysteriously food. Everyone's got food. What's going on?
Like, where did that come from?
All that delicious food, and everyone's like, hey, look, it came from Rhaenyra, our wonderful queen. She thinks of us now, and good setup. And I love, again, great wide shot, and the whole fucking King's Landing, everyone's going goddamn bananas and stuff.
And of course, this turns out very badly for Alicent and Helena.
Yeah. The people
who are at the sept.
Yep.
Lighting candles.
Yep, and they're like they're stepped in. Well, I just like that scene right there because somebody's like, "Hey, fish wife, bitch," and he throws a fish at her and smacks her in the face with a fish.
Queen of the fish, or the fish queen.
Yep. So basically, all the people here, like the
The people of
Lowborns,
King's
and
Landing.
long live Queen Rhaenyra, they're pissed off, and boy, they're just like trying to kick these two asses, their asses. And the one poor old man, he tries grabbing at her. This fucking dude cuts his hand off, and he's screaming like ah. And poor one Kingsguard, they're running away trying to get to there. And this guy right here, look at the fear in his face because he about to die.
Oh yeah, he knows. He knows. He's like, they're starving. They're gonna kill me and eat me.
Yeah, and it's like 200 on one. I think it says the caption's name is Leon. And rest in peace, Leon, because they get down and they're stabbing the shit out of Leon. He's just like
Leon, we raise our glasses to you.
But they do make it to this. Yeah, like it's Leon yelling. You're just like,
hey, he did what a Kingsguard is supposed to do. He protected the queen and the Dowager Queen.
He died.
He died protecting them.
Yeah, but these two make it out and barely. But bam, what a fucking big riot going on, and holy shit! But right there, it's my knowledge on you because you remember this stuff. My friend Lance, guys, when you see this Outcast Creative, he said when you get into Game of Thrones that this is a different shot than we get to see in Game of Thrones.
Like, it's a completely different set.
Okay, yeah. So it makes
you
wonder.
It's a completely different set because the sept in Game of Thrones is actually in honor of a Targaryen king that came along after.
Yeah. Blue Collar, our couple knowledge is basically reversed. I'm the lore historian in our viewing pair, and she's always pause. Okay, Jericho, who are they? Yeah. That's why I say it's always funny having somebody who read the books on here.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so you have right there, and again, just great makeup job. And this poor kid, just like, oh,
he's fucked up.
He's fucked up. And hey, look who pops up, his friend, Laurys, and basically he stops him taking his morphine, we'll say, and just we need to talk, my lord. And he's like buttering up, he's sucking up to Aegon, like, hey, listen, you survived a dragon fire, and you're a king, you're already a legend. But basically what I got from this, you correct me if I'm wrong, but he was sucking up to Aemon, didn't work out. So what's he doing now? Sucking up to Aegon. Okay.
And his main concern is like letting Aegon know, like, hey, guess what? You're gonna be a cripple for the rest of your life.
Just like me.
You're gonna live.
Yeah. But he's also trying to relate, like, Aegon, I know what it's like to be a cripple. I know what it's like to be worthless. I know what it's like to be less than a man. So, you and me we're brothers, you can talk to me. I get it. He breaks down his, people are going to pity you, and they'll underestimate you, but just like me, but your brother Aemon rules in your place. So he's just trying to gas up Aegon.
Oh yeah.
Now we have yet again a scene when this didn't happen in season 1. I would take this as more of Daemon's guilt, because we get Viserys back. Viserys, obviously his wife passed away, and that part of season 1 was Daemon's not a great brother, and when his brother was in mourning, he was out there banging whores and doing stupid shit, and Daemon wasn't there for his brother Viserys while Viserys was mourning the loss of his wife.
And that was something Viserys brought up to him to begin with. He's like, instead of being here with me or being here with Rhaenyra, you were off with your horse and you're like Spittles.
Like Spittles, yeah. Oh, definitely, 100%, Jericho. We said, and like Susan would say, and anybody, Aegon, he seemed like he was, I wouldn't say he's never Joffrey's level of incompetence, but he wasn't raised to be a king, and he was young and naive. He did something stupid. He got drunk and went out there. He's paying for it, and you do feel bad for him. The kid got his father died of leprosy, and now there's a big usurping going on, and even he knows, and Aemon broke this down, that by all accounts Aegon should be on the throne, but his whole family did a fucking big coup, and it's like not. I mean, considering and what Aegon's been through, he's not really a bad character, just a bit naive. But so Daemon with Viserys's memory ghost or whatever is feeling his guilt. He wakes him up again. The guy's sleeping like 2 hours a week, and he's all messed up. But there's been news from the River Run, my king, and Lord Grover is dead. Hey, I wonder why he's dead. Wonder why he's dead for.
Who killed him?
Yeah.
How did he die?
But now young Oscar Tully is now Lord Paramount to the Riverlands, and our own healer, Alice, she stopped by and she talked to him. Yeah. Now, why do you think for the first time since the show has begun, I've never seen Daemon cry? I'm not sure why he started crying for. Was it guilt? Was it just overwhelmed? So he feels bad that Alice killed this guy.
Yeah.
But Daemon's a prick, though. It's kind of weird. I'm just surprised to see Damon show guilt. He actually crying because it's not Damon's character. But so I keep forgetting. This is Adam, correct?
This is Adam.
Adam, okay. Now, Sea Smoke has been flying around. It's known to do that. And I will keep saying to anybody watching, CGI, Chef's Kiss, excellent 10 out of 10. And Dragon's flying around, Dragon. Oh, God, it's going to eat him. It's flying down. And, of course, we know us as fans. I could see the writing on the wall. If this thing wanted you dead, son, you'd be dead.
Oh, yeah. It's like Dragonfire would have been, like, spat at you. He didn't want to fucking, like, terrorize you.
Of course, this poor guy doesn't know that.
He's like, hey, buddy, like, you kind of remind me of somebody.
And I'll keep saying we are in episode 6 right now. Everyone knows this if you're watching. CGI is very, very difficult to do during the daytime. It's lighting effects, it's details, and Jesus Christ, these dragon shots during the daytime. Man, whoever's animating these dragons, you guys, whatever you're getting paid, you've earned every goddamn penny. These dragon effects look fantastic. And yeah, right there up in his face. And again, we know what he's terrified. He probably shit his pants by now. Couldn't have blamed him, but okay, now he's just like kind of that calm, like, all right, this thing doesn't want me dead because it would have killed me by now. And look at right there, just staring at him. And he's how do you do this? Some people would say this is like a cat and a toy or a horse and like a person. I mean, dragons and dragon riders have a strange bond. I'm not sure how to relate this, but I guess this is like a big lion in a sense or a big tiger, but it's definitely, it doesn't view him as a plaything, but a partner, but it's got a fondness for him.
It's like when LaRue looks at us.
Which is LaRue, it's our dog, but our dog's this big, so it's not really a dog. It's a rat.
Don't you call him that?
Yeah, he's just fucking big, man. So
fuck you.
But, okay, so Mysaria is saying that, hey, it worked. Banners are in the city. A big riot came out. My plot, it worked. And yeah, it's. Just,
I hated this.
Oh God. So
I hated this.
The queen's down. I do not think I can win this war. And now what's happening? My own son's questioning my capabilities. Jacaerys and Daemon's losing his fucking mind. And man, and she's right though. Daemon only ever looks out for Daemon. Nothing new. Now, boy, and she's like, when she was younger, she was so in love with Daemon. She worshipped Daemon. We were two halves of a whole, and man, things have just changed. But I fear he may have turned against me, and she's probably not 100% wrong. But now, and she's right. Vhagar just killed Rhaenys. Vhagar, we can't take Vhagar by ourselves, and Rhaenyra is just like so upset. But I have no army. Well, you have Lord Corlys, yes. Lord Corlys is a badass. He's got a big fucking fleet. Doesn't help us on the ground though. She needs ground troops. Now, well, what's coming up right here? When everybody watching this, when Susan first watches, she flipped out. She spilled out her drink. Like, look, and before we get into this, it's not any kind of like anti-LGBT whatever. George Martin has no problem writing brothers and sisters getting it on.
Here's the thing. I have no issue with
it's 2024. We're on YouTube and Twitter
because of the fact that I love Laenor Velaryon. Was Laenor Velaryon gay? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Amazing. Perfect. Perfectly done.
Queen. I love you.
I loved Renly Baratheon and Loras Tyrell together. Rhaenyra never was put down as being in any way, shape, or form a lesbian or bisexual. Mysaria, yes, they depict her as a whore here.
Yeah.
She's basically called a dancer.
Okay.
In the history. And she's just supposed to be Rhaenyra's spy master and one of Daemon's exes.
Yes.
And why am I hearing back? Why am I hearing myself coming through your microphone?
Could be background noise. I'm not sure.
Could be.
I mean, yeah.
But no. So the fact that they have them in like this weird, like understanding, like relationship where they're like, oh yeah, like my father tried to like do this to me, and you and your uncle have done blah 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 to each other, and like I sympathize with you and you sympathize with me. Let's become a couple. It's like, no, don't. Like, I'm fine with like deviating from the source material in a lot of ways, especially when it's based off of a history that we're still not sure if half of what's being written is 1,000% true because it's being told from the perspective of 3 different people. But this is never told by any of those people.
Yeah, and again, I'd say it one more time. Let's preface it, like, especially as a guy, I have no problem watching 2 women kiss. It's not that at all, but like, I do understand the fact that so far, Susan knows this, anybody watching, that House of the Dragon, unlike the last 3 seasons of Game of Thrones has been so book accurate to the book. If George Martin wanted this in the book, George Martin has no problem writing 2 women getting it on. It just
Exactly.
House of Dragon season 1 has been very, very book accurate. So this scene, it just seems very out of place for these characters. And to my knowledge, Susan, you can correct me that in the book, Mysaria shouldn't even be here, correct? Like she's not even supposed to be here right now. A friend of mine told me that.
Yeah, actually, at this point in time, Mysaria is supposed to still be in King's Landing.
That's what a friend of mine said as well. So, and just said,
and she never was supposed to like team up with the Hightowers. She's always been on Rhaenyra and Daemon's side.
Yeah. So it just feels like, you know, it just
being
seems
forced.
It seems like a scene it doesn't take any place. It's nothing to do with 2 women kissing. So it's a minor quibble, but like why have it for? But let's just move on now. So the news gets here. This guy walks in. Hey, guess what? Well, see Smoke. Apparently he's been flying around. Yeah, he does that from time to time. Well, what's different is he's got a rider. Wait, what? Hold on. Why's he a rider for? So Rhaenyra's like, let's go find out what the fuck is going on. Hops in her dragon. What's her dragon's name again? Forget. Syrax. And yeah, just again, the wings, the flying, and I love the fact that it's hard to see here because we're doing stills. When she first just hovers right above the water, the fact that you see the air coming off his wings and the water splashing, and just excellent CGI. And she's gonna go fly and find out who's a new rider.
So here's the thing, though. I'm not sure if Rhaenyra thinks it's a new rider at this point either, because we still don't know what the hell ever happened with Laenor. Like, could Laenor have come back in some way, in some capacity? Like, one of his sons died, his mother died. Like, Rhaenyra's now queen. Like, he could have wanted to come home.
Yeah, Syrax. I mean, oh, trust me, they're all beautiful in their own way. I think for me, Joriko, it's like when you've seen how big Vhagar is, but all of these dragons, every single one of them, and I talked about that in previous streams and with friends of mine, that what I love about this show so much is that
she's gorgeous in so many ways.
Well, I was gonna say, you know, the best thing about House of Dragon is that every single dragon, everyone's gonna have a favorite, but like the color design, the facial expressions, Daemon's Bloodworm having that very elongated neck, they're all unique dragons. It's not just copy and paste red, green, white, yellow. They're all different characters. Yeah. It's such a great design. But yes, Syrax is a beautiful dragon.
That's the beauty of it, because you can differentiate Meleys from Caraxes. You can differentiate Syrax from like Vhagar. You can differentiate like Sunfire from Dreamfire, Sea Smoke from Arax, like, or Vermax for that matter, or Tessarion, who is the dragon of Daeron once we meet him. And the same thing with Vermithor and Silverwing. Like, Vermithor is like, he's old. He is very much like a very large dragon. Silverwing, she's silver, obviously. Yet again, another dragon.
Silverwing.
Yeah, precisely. And
I think, well, so far, because Syrax, Syrax hasn't fought yet, Joriko, I think it could be why Syrax isn't mentioned so far yet, because Syrax is there, but until we see Syrax kick some ass, it's just like, it's a beautiful design, but we talk about Vhagar because so far Vhagar's eaten 2 dragons already and been doing shit, you know, but Daemon.
Well, that's the thing is, depending upon what they decide to keep and what they decide to like change and everything along those lines, Syrax really doesn't battle.
Oh, again, you guys know this stuff, huh?
In the war. So she's mainly, because that's the thing. Rhaenyra's always been very optimistic of like, hey, we have dragons, like we can do like stuff. But at the same point, like Rhaenyra's been so pampered and so sheltered and so like living a life of luxury that she's like, I'm not gonna get my hands dirty.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
All right. Yeah. So for you guys, I mean, I do admit that if you're watching this, episode 5 was pretty slow for me. It was my least favorite episode. This one definitely had more to do. I do like there's some more character progression. I admit that Daemon, right now in the show, is getting kind of stale for Daemon being stuck at Harrenhal. And some people would say, like, well, is it dragging on? It's the thing with Daemon is that watch season 1. Daemon was a fucking maniac. He was doing crazy shit. He's out there, you know, getting Horus pregnant, and he's killing people, and he's like fighting a crab feeder and just doing all kinds of stuff. And it just feels like so far we are 6 episodes in, and Daemon spent the entire season in one spot and just sitting around. So
well, to answer Joriko right there, the reason why she's not battle tested, like I was saying, Meleys, Caraxes, Vhagar, they are all older dragons, and they are all dragons that belong to other people before Daemon or Rhaenys or Aemond or even Laena like claim these dragons. Syrax was born to Rhaenyra, so Rhaenyra's never been in a battle. Therefore, Syrax never was in a battle. And Rhaenyra, not to like go off base because I know Chris hates when I do that, but Syrax, for what it's worth, Rhaenyra, when she mounted her, Rhaenyra mounted her at a very young age. She was like the youngest dragon rider of all time. And it's said in the books, I don't know if it's ever said in the show, but when she took up riding Syrax, she was the youngest dragon rider of all time. That is until her son Aegon.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we'll see.
Sorry. Overall, I think it's still a little bit slow for me, but I did like this episode. There was more progression. Did you hate this episode? What's your feelings? Because we're about to get episode 7. Because I said, sorry guys, we're catching up right now. But I did like it better than
episode 5. I liked it. But
it's okay.
It's one of those ones. It's like
all right.
It's a filler.
I agree.
It doesn't do anything horrible. It doesn't do anything, whatever.
Yeah. So Muhammad, hi my brother. Hey, how you doing? All right, so that was episode 6. Yeah, and we're about to get into episode 7. 1 second here. Now, do you know what, Susan? Episode 7. It's Tuesday. Came out 2 days ago. What's the name of episode 7?
So episode 7, and I was paying attention for it to see if there was a name for the episode, and there was no name up when I watched it. So I honestly don't know what episode 7 was named.
Okay. Episode 7 right now is called Driftmark.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm just pulling my stills back right here.
Okay. So while you're doing all this, I'm going to go take 5 real quick.
Take 5, dear Catwoman.
Well, 5? You can start it without me. Like, it's not that big a deal, and I can always come back and be like,
nerd.
Because this is all the recap. We just saw all of that.
Yeah, usually if you're watching this, thank you for watching. We usually don't do 2 back-to-back, but the season finale is coming out this Sunday, and I hate being this late with my House of Dragon recaps. So if you want to hit the kill camera function, so it'll say like a stop camera on the bottom. So I'll check out some chats right now. Hurry up. Anyway. So with the rumors of Helena and Dreamfire making an appearance, you think they give Syrax a battle moment in the upcoming episodes? Well, I can tell you one thing because we're getting episode 7. Episode 7, no. Episode 8, I am not sure. To my knowledge, like my cousin said, Syrax is not a battle-tested dragon, but I wouldn't see why not, because Rhaenyra can ride Syrax, and to my knowledge, Syrax would be it's a pretty decent sized dragon. At some point, she's gonna have to fight. I'm not sure if in the season finale she will fight, but we'll see. Dreamfire, I'm not sure about Dreamfire, but while Susan is taking her 5, let's see. I will basically do a quick recap, and yeah, it's like I don't want to pause like live stuff. So yes, episode 7 is called Driftmark, House of Dragon season 2. Now, do a quick recap. So this guy right here, remember, he should be prepared to die. Oh, he's gonna die. Poor bastard. Set on fire, and you feel bad for everyone in the background here, boys and girls, because they didn't ask to be set on fire, but it's a part of dealing with these big nuclear fucking lizards here. And previously on House of the Dragon. But okay, so Mysaria, yeah, talking to Rhaenyra, we tested something, didn't work out. Hey, shit happens. Let's move on. And I still would say that poor Aegon, his brother Aemon is fucking with him. Brother, do you remember? No, I don't remember shit. Because he's look in his face. He's not just in pain. This kid's goddamn terrified because he knows what Aemon is capable of. Check chat. Okay. So yeah, this guy's back off here. Man, everyone in King's Landing, these people are hungry. They're starving. Just if only we had a leader. We had some food. And of course, Rhaenyra, being the loving queen that she is, sends the people some food. And this is going to piss off everybody in King's Landing. But it is true, and not to go on a tangent, but the movie and the comic book, V for Vendetta, one of my favorite lines was that when V is talking to Natalie Portman's character and saying that, people should not be afraid of the governments. Governments should be afraid of their people. 100% right. I mean, governments should be catering to the people. The people should have the power. That's what I'm getting right now that they're going through, is that, yes, the people of King's Landing are powerful and their voices should be heard. You should respect those you serve. And I do like lines like this where Damon is telling Alice here, like, if you have any kind of advice with these Riverland people, I'd be glad of it, and help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now, this kid here, he wasn't in last episode, but when they're doing recaps, they're showing recaps from previous episodes. Yes, grandson to Grover Tully, this kid right here, Damon just discarded this kid because at the time period, he needed nothing of him. But so the houses, Bracken and Blackwood, they have long detested each other. They've been fighting, and that's going to come into play. That's the whole point of Damon being there. Damon tells this poor guy, listen, I need you to do me a favor, make some moves here and get these guys onto my side, get them to swear oaths to me and fealty, but do whatever you have to do. That's going to fucking bite him in the ass, trust me. And of course, we didn't see the battle scene, but it's a pretty big battle scene. And boy, they were works of barbarity. This woman pops up. She tells Damon, listen, what you did was pretty fucked up, Damon. Dragon Rider or no, we are not going to have our banners and join a tyrant. And so, yeah. And your grace, Lord Grover's dead. Oh, shit. And Damon yet again. Damon is supposed to be here for Rhaenyra and helping Rhaenyra out. But, well, if I get there, she can help me. Rhaenyra can help. And of course, Rhaena, she's talking about this very large dragon. There's a wild dragon out there. It's going to play into the show later on. And yeah, so Sea Smoke, he's got a new rider. And here we go. Game of Thrones, a tapestry, the whole dan. If you're wondering, I'm showing stills because I'm very scared with YouTube. Sometimes you show too much footage and they strike your channel and just block your entire shit. So House of the Dragon. Okay, we are episode 7 Driftmark. Now, yet again, excellent CGI. We have Rhaenyra here, and I think Alan. We have Cyrax and Sea Smoke, a big dragon battle off, and man, excellent wide shot. So Rhaenyra doesn't know what to do right now. Who is this guy? What's going on? Why the hell do you have Sea Smoke for? What's happening? Basically, the short version is she tells him, you stand before me. She's yelling, I'm the queen of the 7 kingdoms. Who are you? And Adam of Hull, he says, hey, listen, I want to learn the power of the dragon riders and the ways. And I'm here, your queen. I swear fealty to you, your grace. And he's like, yeah, I'm loyal to you. She wants to hear it, and why not for? And he's right, though. The dragon shows me. I didn't go to him. I didn't kidnap this dragon. It can, be of its own free will. All right. But what's your parentage? It was interesting. And soon Susan gets back, he doesn't tell Rhaenyra who his father is. We know as audience members that his father is Corlys, but for some reason he's still keeping it from Rhaenyra that Corlys is his father. But my name is Adam of Hull. And okay, well, she's like, hey, I'm glad of it. I'm happy because now, he says he has loyalty to her, so now she has new dragon on her side. Now, Allison here. Sorry, a lot of background. We have kids outside. So Allison, she has some injuries from her and her daughter being attacked, and the maester, he's tending to her wounds, basically saying, hey, listen, it's going to scar, but, shit happens. And so she wants to go out. She tells Sir Rickard, I got to get out of here, and she's bored as fuck. I mean, what's she doing? She's not in the council anymore. Now, Cripplefoot here, and look at this name in the captions, Jasper Ironrod Wild. Well, what's going on here? What are these people doing? Aemon, the Prince Regent right now, the King Consort, whatever you want to call him, I think it's Prince Regent, but he's saying that these people, they started a riot. What are they doing? Well, they're going to take these people and send them to the wall, which if you're a Game of Thrones fan, you know that going to the wall is a punishment that's basically a life sentence, and it's different than being sentenced to death. So this guy's telling Larys here that, well, Sea Smoke has a new rider. How do you know this? Well, a friend of a brother of a sister. It was told to me by 7 different people. Basically, Laurie says to him that you could tell Aemon, but you know what? Just don't tell him. And I took this as Laurie is trying to keep secrets to himself and gain favor and gain, more, just kissing more ass for Aemon. But he says right there, you'll find favor, but don't tell him right now. So right there, Aemon sends these guys to the wall. Instead of killing him, just get the fuck out of here. Of course, yeah, heard it from a father, a fisherman, blah, blah, blah. But perhaps some of those whispers, they're left to just be to the wind. Now, okay, so Rhaenyra and Adam, they're coming back to Dragonstone, or Dragonhall, whatever, I keep forgetting. Now, this dude here, he's giving Corlys some shit, and he's just saying that, Rhaenyra, what's she doing? this new guy Adam, he should just be capturing dragons. He's a lowborn. These people are still have this class system. Lowborns are just, they're common folk. They're mongrels. He shouldn't be taming dragons. That's for the highborn people. But he doesn't know yet the fact that Adam has some parentage to him. It's in his blood right there. The lowborn cannot go around seizing dragons. Now, in the art of dragon riding, they talk about that some more, and basically Rhaenyra puts Adam under like house arrest. She detains him because we don't know yet his loyalties, what's going on. They're happy they got sea smoke, but like, who the fuck is this guy? So, and she talks to Masari again, and she says right there, surely he has some Targaryen blood, but we're not sure because he's yet to tell Rhaenyra about his parentage, and he didn't tell Rhaenyra the fact that Corlys is his father. And she's racking her brain about this stuff. She's looking through the histories. We're not sure what's going on now. And she's just, I guess, jabbing at her about, under the sheets and the wood piles. Don't really worry about it. And she mentions too more about the offspring. And let's see, I think let's chat. Okay. So, and she does make a good point that, maybe I shouldn't be looking for bastards, but Masari says to her that, your own blood, you're actually your brothers, your half brothers, Aemon, Aegon, your own family is turning against you. This guy, Adam, he's a new dragon rider. You don't know this guy from anywhere, but he's swearing fealty to you. He's loyal to you. The messed up part is your own family. Your own fucking family is turning on you. Maybe it's time to start looking to other people. I guess it's the whole juxtaposition where sometimes family is not just blood. So, an ancient fealty. Right there. You were all half brothers, Aegon and Aemon, and yes, right there, a common shipwright vows to serve you. Okay, so we have to change. And great line right there. Let us raise an army of bastards. All right. Now, Corlys talks to Adam. Adam says that, as a shipwright in his service, he wants to resign because he still cares about his position as being on Corlys' ship. And he says, basically, I'm a dragon rider now. I can't be on your ship and also be a dragon rider. Corlys, it's this weird kind of thing where he has a moment with Adam where it's like, he mentions, our people and who we are. And it's like, it's weird because Adam knows you're his father. You know that he's your son. And like, that he knows. And they won't come out right and say it. It's weird, but it's, I know you're my bastard son. And obviously you're a dragon rider. So, you've got some Targaryen blood inside you there, boy. And yet again, excellent wide shot. I love this. That's why I took this for. And this is seeing Harrenhal from a different location. Different viewpoint. So Daemon, this is goddamn episode 6 episode. Daemon's still hanging out in Harrenhal, and he's finally just he's getting a little bit clearer in his ways. But Simon Strong pops up, and Lord Tully has answered your summons and brought his people with him. Now this is the kid. He's the grandsire, and his grandfather has been killed. But Daemon tells him in his Daemon fashion that, yes, my condolences on the passing of your grandsire, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so basically swear fealty to me. Because he says to him, I did nothing. Well, nevertheless, you are here, which is important. But he says to him, last time I was here, you dismissed me. Daemon being Daemon, I like this line. Daemon's being an asshole, says to him, well, back then, you were of no significance to me then. Basically, kid, I didn't need you back then. You were useless. Need you now. So now I'm forming this alliance with you. And he's not wrong. But, yeah, forgive me, your grace. Oscar Tully, this kid, give him credit, fucking brass balls in this kid, because he's giving it back to Daemon like nobody else, because he knows the fact that Daemon, you need me, you need the Riverlands people to make alliances, and, I don't need you, Daemon, you need me. And just the way he's like, you made a mess, a rather mess of stuff here, and counting some barbarities in the queen's name, and just also the Riverlands are held together by their oaths. And House, remember, my grandfather didn't swear fealty to you. House Tully, my house, out of respect and loyalty, they swore fealties to Viserys and also Rhaenyra. I'm here because of the oaths that were sworn by my kin to Rhaenyra and Viserys, not to you. And he says right there, of our heir, Queen Rhaenyra, and your own as her king consort. Basically telling Daemon that, yeah, the people here, I will gather the people for you, the Riverlands people, but they all fucking hate you. I don't like you, but I'm doing it out of principle, out of honor. Can respect that. And hey R, what's up, buddy? Sorry, I'm doing some soul streaming till my cousin gets back. So I couldn't give a 2-penny, one-eye rabbit's fart of a shit about this show. Here's saying to thanks, something to say thanks for watching it. Hey, buddy. Well, I said, I love you, man. House of the Dragon isn't always everybody's cup of tea, but I do love the political intrigue, and especially this episode. Getting later onto it, there is some excellent dragons and excellent CGI, and I'm having fun with it. Plus, there's just one more episode to go. But I do love, the Game of Thrones, the whole mythology, and it's more of an R-rated version of Lord of the Rings. There's, some fantasy, but it's just these characters, I've grown to love them over the past couple of years. But yes, I will always any super chats. I never asked this from anybody. Appreciate it, and just stopping by and saying hello is all I want from people. I'm not here to like be a millionaire talking about House of Dragon. So wait for my cousin because I want to hear her book references. But let's keep going. I feel weird doing solo streams, but yes, there is another problem. They'll fucking hate you, douchebag. But Daemon's right though. The thing is, I don't need their love. I need their swords, and he's not wrong. Daemon needs an army. But yes, your grace, the River Lords, they await. So let's get this shit done. But Daemon is telling all these people out here, the bottom line is that let's just move on, guys. Put all this unpleasantness behind us, and let's just make peace and all rally under Queen Rhaenyra. And the Rivermen, they're honored by the old ways, their old tradition, but we should move on. And we should swear fealty to somebody new. I still like Daemon, Daemon being himself. That, I admit that. Well, first, this one guy was saying that why should everybody here follow a boy? You're 12 years old. Why the fuck do we care for? You are younger than my own sons. And he just says that, well, I'm the new Lord. That's why. You have no choice but to follow me. This dude right here, which was here because I'm bad with names, forgive me. He's like, we have to unite. But he says that no more traitor to his land than you. Sorry, Willem Blackwood. All right. And he says right there in front of the whole council, I have no love for Daemon Targaryen. He's an asshole, but what I care about is honor. And I like this word, comportment. Daemon's got comportment. He's just in front of everybody, tearing Daemon down and constantly disrespecting Daemon. But he says that, my best court says, I don't like Daemon, but my grandfather, he swore an oath, and based on honor and the kind of man I am, I have to honor the traditions of what my grandfather did. And that's very admirable in itself. You have to respect the guy for that. And no matter how loathsome Daemon is, and I find him, and he's like, I may find Queen Rhaenyra, her representative, the prince, how awful. I like right there, Daemon. Now Daemon's getting pissed off. Like, mind your tongue, boy, because he's flat out disrespecting Daemon. But this kid, he's got Daemon by the fucking balls, and he knows it. Because he says right there, gets in fucking Daemon's face, like, yeah, will you have our army or not? So Daemon's just like, now some would say Daemon's being kind of tame. He's not being his Daemon self. He's kind of backing down. But the thing is, he does need this kid's army. He does need the Brackens and the Blackwoods to unite. So that's why he's here for. Daemon, he's biting his tongue, but he's got no fucking choice. So, and he says, I am in the end a Riverman, even if certain people aren't worthy of it, tearing down Daemon some more. And Daemon maybe respects him. Maybe he doesn't, he's sucking ass. You're not sure. But hey, Lord Oscar is bold. And I may have in the past been a touch, we'll say enthusiastic, which was Daemon just being overzealous. But also, Daemon, you did some pretty horrible atrocities. You did butcher on your orders a lot of fucking innocent women and children. But he said, you know what? Then don't allow my failings to cloud your judgment. Everybody, still at the end, come to this kid, honor his oaths, and basically just swear fealty to me. So everybody support this young man. And this woman from the previous episode, she doesn't like Daemon. But yeah, all the River Lords, we got to do this stuff. But unexpected, this guy right here, Willem, the kid right here, Oscar, well, he basically says that, okay, I accept you as my vassal. I accept your guys' fealty. The problem is, okay, right now, I am Lord Paramount of all River Houses, but you have to answer for your crimes. And this guy, Willem's like, what do you mean my crimes? He's like, yeah, well, I only did what His Grace the King required of me. Regardless, you did a bunch of horrible shit and you killed a lot of innocent fucking kids and women. And he's like, right there, you did not have to pursue such savagery. I'm going to chat 1 second. Hey, buddy. My suggestion next series, go back to either watch Rome 2007, Black Sails. Richard, trust me, dude, Black Sails, fantastic show. Hope to talk about that. Game of Thrones, oh man, it's first 3 seasons, it's pretty complex. But yes, Black Sails is actually on it was on Stars on Netflix. I love Black Sails. Very, very interesting show. So, okay. Yeah, so he's saying with Daemon, this kid's saying that, dude, you didn't do it because Daemon ordered you to. You did it because you wanted to. and you're gonna fucking pay for it. This poor guy's like, hey, get off me, don't do this. He's telling Damon, my lord, order these guys. You're the prince, you're the king consort. Don't have them kill me. And he's like, I command them. I only served you. This guy was a loyal servant to Damon, and well, the thing is, this kid, he wants fucking blood and to just insert his dominance. It's pretty fucked up. And this guy right there, he looks at Damon like, oh shit, oh dear. Damon, you can see right there, he's torn apart. It's on his face. Like, damn, I gotta fucking kill this dude. I don't want to, but I gotta prove myself in front of all these people. Whips out his fucking sword and like, I did as you asked, Your Grace. I've been faithful. Please don't do this. Sorry, dude. Here's a sword and just whoosh, cuts his fucking head off. And you're like, and Damon, you can see he's troubled by it, but man, it's just the whole world of the Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon. The shit you have to do for like to prove your loyalty to these people. It's pretty messed up. But Damon is back inside Harrenhal. He sees a goat, which I'm not sure why, but now we get back to King Viserys, played by the excellent actor Paddy Considine. Sorry, background noise. Motorcycles out there. So, sorry, played by Paddy Considine. This is Viserys from the end of last season. Last episode, he was, basically leprosy, was tearing apart, makeup job, and was really good. And the poor guy was dying. Now, he's basically telling Damon yet again that Damon, I never wanted this damn crown, and he didn't. It was forced upon him, and just excellent. Some CGI involved, obviously, with his eye missing, but great makeup job. He's telling Damon all the pain that was caused by having this crown and just everything holding it, and a great line right there. It crushes whoever wears it, and he's right. But you can see right here the obviously CG with the eye, but just great makeup job. Good to see Viserys once again. And just this was the end of Viserys's life. And just telling Damon, like, man, I had the crown. It's like, you want it so fucking bad. You always want Damon, but like, what would it cost? And what is the point of being king? It's not worth it, man. And perhaps he's right. It's hard to tell right now, but Viserys had a pretty shitty life considering he didn't want to be king and he had no fucking choice. So now we're back to Orwell the Maester, and they're helping Aegon walk. Remember, Aegon had his leg fucking broken. He's in a shitload of pain. He keeps saying he's sorry. This kid who plays Aegon, excellent job with him. Obviously, makeup job, but boy, you get a real sense this kid is in a shitload of fucking pain. He's screaming. He's on the bed, just huffing and puffing, and boy, just him walking around the room, he can't even fucking stand up for more than 2 seconds, and it's agonizing. But so Larys pops up again. He's like, you shouldn't be doing this by yourself, Grand Maester. And okay, put Aegon back down. Excellent makeup job. Half this kid's fucking face was burnt off. You see like the ear, the wound is still oozing, and just damn, man, this kid is just suffering. And you said the screaming, I wish I could play the clip right here, but he's yelling. And he's telling him, hey, your progress is impressive. Larys, we know, is trying to get Aegon back on his feet as soon as possible because Larys has already sucked up to Aemon, not working. So what a better way to, again, cozy up to Aegon and try to get some loyalty through Aegon. You should be more cautious, but hey, he needs rest. He should be in bed. Nah, dude, I need Aegon to heal. Let's keep pushing him. And Larys is not doing this shit because he cares about Aegon. He just wants a new fucking ally. But that's it. So Corlys is talking to Alan. And Alan, hey buddy, well, the thing is, okay, your brother just tamed a dragon. Wait, what? Yeah. And he tells him, we need to go together, go see your fucking brother, basically. The queen has found a new rider for one of her dragons. Who is it? Your brother. Like, oh shit. And now she is here to make a call for others. Basically, he's telling Alan and gonna be telling the rest of the people in King's Landing that Rhaenyra is out for the hunt for Targaryen bastards because she needs some goddamn dragon riders. And he says right there, our people of Old Valyria. Again, I know you're my kid. You know you're my kid. And I'm not going to say it outright to everybody, but the little hidden thing where your brother, he got a dragon because of his parentage, because of me and your bastard mother. But yes, our blood does have dragon rider blood inside of it. So we are no dragon lords. He says, I confess that I knew little of your mother's heritage, but it is what it is, dude. But him, I'm salt and sea. Obviously, Alan here, he doesn't want it, but it's just his brother did. So now we're back right here, and very tense music, excellent wide shot, loved it. Took the still right here. We are getting to the Aerie and Rhaena here. Rhaena is leaving, and she has her little guards there that are escorting her away. And still, this poor girl, she really wants a dragon. She's tried to get dragons in the past. A dragon doesn't want to mate or not meet with her, match with her. And there's still something going on. Excellent wide shot right here. There's this wild dragon that's flying around. No one knows about it. We're not sure what the hell it is. And part of her. Just she's still searching for it, and she's looking around. And yeah, this thing is pretty goddamn big. It's just killing random livestock, and she's going out and she's determined to find this wild dragon. Is it going to eat her? I mean, probably not, because I guess her character is too important. But we get a sense that not the best move there, sweetheart. You shouldn't be going out there trying to find wild dragons by yourself. Now we get to Allison. She's with Sir Rickard. Allison is just out there in the wilderness. She's sleeping in a tent. She has got nothing to do at King's Landing, so she's bored and just trying to find herself. And he says to her, "Do you plan to return to the city?" Probably not. So she doesn't just care about going back to the city. And she just at one point goes out into the lake, and she just sits there and she's trying to find herself, whatever. Now, Jacaerys has a very good scene with his mother, Rhaenyra. He's very pissed off because, remember, the class system. These people like Alan and Adam, they are lowborn. Lowborn people shouldn't be taming dragons. Remember, the dragon heritage dragon riders are they're a very good privilege, and it only should be the higher class. And he's pretty angry at her. And talking about Mysteria, he doesn't trust her, and he shouldn't, but he doesn't like the fact that his mother's getting very close to Mysaria. And she's like, right there, you were very enthusiastic when it came to Sir Stefan making his claim, and that was different because there was different kind of bloodlines there. But he was the heir to a 4, and these people, at one point he calls all these people mongrels, and it's especially back then, those times, being called a mongrel was a pretty big fucking insult. That wasn't a term that was used very lightly. And she's like, "Well, Jace, what do you want me to do? Think what's at stake. I mean, I'm out of fucking options here, you know." And right now, and she's right. If we go to war with the Greens, Vhagar, there's nothing we can do to beat Vhagar. Vhagar will kill everybody. It's just I have no fucking ground troops. I'm very desperate. And she's like, right there, House Targaryen is the blood of the dragon, but they still are bastards, but they have lineage to House Targaryen. And let's see. And he's questioning his parentage. He does give it back to her where, listen, I know I'm a fucking bastard. You know I'm a bastard. He's never said this to her publicly, at least on the show, but he mentions his real father. Like when you were lay in bed with Sir Strong, did you know like my hair would turn out like black instead of gold, instead of silver? And also the dream of Aegon the Conqueror. Did he mention of like, what happens when you die, mother? Well, you become my heir. He's like, yeah, but I'm not. Am I really your heir? Because I'm a bastard fucking son. So yeah, do you want me to fight Vhagar by itself? And Vermax, let's see, Jace with these riders, and she's like, Jace, with these riders, we can end a needless war. So she's desperate, and her father's throne, but you are my heir, and dark hair, yeah, Harwin Strong. So he does know the fact that Harwin Strong is his father. All right. So I'm no fool, mother. I may argue my legitimacy to succeed you. Okay. And it's awesome seeing these old timey dialect where he's like, I miss like all of this. And she's heartbroken. Her son just like, get on board with your mother. The poor woman's like fucking, she's like at her wit's end, kid. And all right, don't pursue it, mom. But she cannot see what happens with the gods and like what's going to happen later on. All right. So back to, I keep forgetting his name. Sorry. Alan and Mysaria is doing more of her stuff where she's using her networks in King's Landing. She's sending out spies, and her spies are just basically giving these messages where, listen, it's all around King's Landing that, okay, Queen Rhaenyra, she's trying to gather up these Targaryen bastards. And so this dude pops back up. This is Ulf. Instead of Alf, ALF, it's ULF. A couple episodes ago, he's a bar hand, and he was saying the fact that he's apparently a bastard son. Use it real quick. Sorry. Okay, so he was a bastard son to King Viserys and like a half brother to Viserys and Daemon. And this guy right here is like, hey, listen, it's Rhaenyra. She's trying to get some more dragon riders. You supposedly, right, are like Daemon of Viserys' half brother. Don't you have Targaryen blood? This guy's been singing this same old bullshit, this song for such a long time. He doesn't believe it himself, but hey, you're claiming to be a Targaryen, and he starts going to the bullshit like, you know what, I could go, my leg's hurting, I'm faking an injury, and you're just like calling him out on his BS, like, okay, well, if you're a Targaryen, go out there, fucking prove yourself, dude, and you're just like, yeah, his leg hasn't been the same. All right, well, here's a chance, stick it to Aemon, go get a dragon, bro, and everyone starts cheering for him, like, yes, it's you're a dragon rider. Here's the Ulf I know. So, all right. They start calling him. They're all cheering. Ulf the Dragon Lord. Ulf the Dragon Lord. All right, Ulf, go prove your worth, son. So here's this guy, Hugh, and I guess as my cousin would say, I'm not sure when she gets back, they call them dragon seedlings or dragon seeds. If you're in the chat, let me know. But basically, Hugh, he had a daughter a couple episodes ago. His daughter did pass away off screen. We didn't see her on screen dying, but he was holding her in his arms, and his kid passed away of starvation, sickness. And he's talking to his wife. His wife is saying that it's time for us to leave this city. Leave this city and we'll go somewhere else and you'll get work, and just, we've already lost a daughter. Boy, he gives a pretty good backstory where he knew his mother was a bastard, and she was basically a prostitute, and she was living in a whorehouse. He's been hiding the secret for so damn long, even from his own wife, that people would pay extra to have my mother sleep with her because she had silver hair. But he knows for a fact that he is a Targaryen, he is a bastard, but he could be a dragon rider. And he's basically telling his wife that, listen, we're poor, we're starving, that if I become a dragon rider, you'll never want for again. We'll have money, riches, and what you will do is you'll become a lady. And she basically says, the fact that, listen, I don't care about becoming a lady. I've already lost a child. I don't want to lose a husband as well. So I cannot keep a girl alive. And we would never want again. So Hugh, I don't care about this. Everybody is leaving. Well, in secret, they're hopping on Corlys' ships there. They're going to, Dragonstone to find out if they're worthy to become dragon riders. And okay, Allison out there. Sorry, some chats here. Thank you so much, guys. Dragon Seeds, thank you so much. Let's talk pop culture. I appreciate that. Wish my cousin's still gone away. Dragon Seeds, thanks, guys. I forgot it was called Dragonkins or Dragon Seedlings, but Dragon Seeds, yeah. That's the term. Said I've never read the books. I just go by what people tell me. So Allison's back out here, and yeah, just finding herself. Excellent shot right there. I'm assuming this is some kind of lake. I forgot what this is filmed at, but she just doesn't know what she wants to do with herself. All right, and she just walks over there, hops into the water, and just I'm just gonna meditate, I guess. I don't know. It honestly felt kind of like a wasted scene. I mean, I'm not sure what they're going for with this, but all right. Now, yet again, we are back to Dragonstone. Excellent wide shot right here. All these people, they are arriving, and let's find out if we can get some new dragon riders. Rhaenyra sees all our people coming in. How you doing? Oh, so Hugh's mother was named Sarah Targaryen. She was sister to the parents Viserys, Daemon, Rhaenys, and Aemma. Thank you. And that's why I wish my cousin was back. But yes, there's so many fucking names to remember. I can't remember everybody's name. But yes, so Hugh definitely he's got Targaryen blood to him. Plus the hair helps out to see that as well. All right. So yes, Rhaenyra, we are back. Let's get going here. The music is fading out, and of course the people here, the people that do this whole dragon ritual, they're pretty pissed off. They're talking to Rhaenyra in High Valyrian. This is an abomination. This is fucked up what you're doing. These people are lowborn. And she's like, what do you speak of? I don't have the exact quote in front of me, but he does say a good line that my friend Lance said on his channel, that the dragons, they are not the playthings of men. And it's a pretty good line. I think that was it. Okay. At least that's what the show seems to be going with. Yeah. And again, I can't confirm when she gets back here about the book, like how much they're being book accurate, because there's a lot of lore in the book. I'm just going by, like you were saying, let's talk what's on the screen right now. But basically, so Sir Stefan Darkling was the blood of the dragon, but these people are just like, look, he was no dragon lord, and these dragon people, these high council people, these priests, whatever you want to call them, they're pissed off and like, you know what, we're not going to do this shit. And she's like, well, the gods have sent these people before us. There are Targaryens, but hey, honestly, Rhaenyra, do it yourself. Fuck it, we're out of here. Okay. And Rhaenyra's like, hey, and good line right here. They are the last magic of Old Valyria in the sad world. And all right, well, she's gonna, with or without your blessing, Rhaenyra is desperate. She's going to do it regardless, guys. But our order will take no part in this, right? So. And she gives a very good speech that, I used to think that I knew what it was like to be a dragon lord, but maybe perhaps is it blood? Is it valor? Is it, a judge of character? I'm not sure. But she tells everybody here, each and every one of you, all of you left a life behind. And if you do become a dragon rider, if you are chosen, it's going to transform you into something different and you'll never be the same again, which, I'm guessing bonding to a dragon would change you. So, but she's like right there, no man or woman can face a dragon and be otherwise. And here we go. Super chat. Hey, Cam, thank you or Cam Cobain, thank you so much. Is it me or does Vermithor look more intimidating than the Vhagar? Well, we'll get to that in a second. Yeah, because when we get to see Vermithor, that one names Vermithor, it just excellent fucking dragon design. Yes, no doubt. This upcoming scene, when I first saw this, man, in my television, it's like a horror movie. Vermithor was such a badass, and just yet again, Cam Cobain, thank you so fucking much. Never asked for super chats, and they're always welcome, but greatly appreciate them because I'm just sitting here in the basement talking about House of the Dragon. So, okay. And she's like, okay, guys, well, it's time to go down to the dragon pit and see who's fucking worthy. And she's basically saying, you know, once we add these dragons to our number, you know, she's just basically giving a speech where we have to do this because we're trying to help people. This is the right thing to do. We're trying to end this war, and just, you know, pretty good speech. Okay, here we go. The dragon. And she's finally back. Jesus Christ. Back. Make sure the headphones are on.
I'm back.
All right. Is it on the headphones? Because I was hearing echoing myself. So.
No, I took the headphones off.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so basically, it said Cam was here, and let's talk pop that. Let's talk pop culture. I was basically breaking down Susan, everything so far, and now we're to the point where we're about to get to the dragon. And also, well, you can answer the super chat as well because you're here. How do you feel about Vermithor? Like, do you think Vermithor looks more intimidating than Vhagar?
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
He's younger than Vhagar, but he's probably around the same size as Vhagar. But
I've been talking nonstop for like the past 15 minutes. Like, I'm not used to it.
He's a big boy.
Yeah. So yeah, so I mentioned, of course, well, you've seen the episode with Hugh, everything with Ulf there, and yeah, so we're gonna get some dragon riders. And she tells him we have Vermithor, and right there, it's the largest in the world after Vhagar.
Yeah,
and it also perhaps the most fierce.
So here's a little bit of backstory where Vermithor and Silverwing are concerned. Vermithor is the mount of the old king, Jaehaerys the Conciliator. He is Rhaenyra's great grandfather. Silverwing was the mount of his wife.
So how old is this fucking dragon?
This dragon is, let's see, oh god, by the time of the dance, he's, by dragon years, he's not old. By human years, he's well into his hundreds.
Okay, pretty goddamn old dragon.
So he's
also the Bronze Fury. Yeah, the gods.
Quite true. He is the mount of the best Targaryen king. So something to understand about Rhaenyra's great grandfather and great grandmother. They ruled the Seven Kingdoms for a good.
Oh, was he the best Targaryen king?
He was actually. Okay. In all honesty,
damn book nerds.
He had the longest reign of any Targaryen king known. The most.
That's why I got you on here for.
And the most peaceful reign. He's also the Targaryen. Him and his wife had the most children, which caused a lot of like friction in some degree, because Let's Talk Pop Culture was talking about, Sarah Targaryen, she is actually a younger sister of Rhaenys' father, Aemon. Daemon and Viserys' mother and father, Alyssa and Balon, and Emma's mother, Dana, because Sarah was born, I think, 9th overall of their children, and it said if Sarah was an only child and she was able to get all of her parents' attention, she would have been perfectly fine. But alas, she was born the 9th child and the 5th overall daughter.
Yeah.
Or something along those lines. And she constantly caused a lot of hell for her parents. She had sex out of wedlock. She would drink, go riding freaking carriages through the streets like a freaking. She was basically like female Daemon.
Okay.
And she lived like by the freaking beat of her own drum. And when they wanted to send her to the Faith to become a septa to get her out of their hair, she instead took a ship to Essos and became a whore in a pleasure house.
Wow.
that's why when he's talking about his mother and he's like, people paid more to like sleep with her because of the fact that, you know, who wouldn't want to bet a Targaryen princess?
Yeah. I covered that earlier. So we're coming up to right here, guys, and it's hard to see the shot right there, but to look into the dragon pit, and boy, the look on Rhaenyra's face and everybody. Now she's seen this thing before. We're not sure how often, but boy, the grumbling, the musical change, and just everybody at this point, it's almost like a fucking horror movie. But just
so
everybody, the intimidation of like, what's back there?
Something that's funny is
this shit.
Now Rhaenyra can pretty much like touch any dragon, be around any dragon, have like any form of like connection to any of these dragons. Most other dragon riders, they're not as lucky.
Yeah.
Like Daemon could not walk up to Syrax and put his hand on her without her trying to like breathe fire at him. The fact that Vermithor like let Rhaenyra like put her hand on him and like just like do whatever. Like it says a lot about Rhaenyra as a person more so than it does about any of the other dragon riders.
And as you said, she's like saying in High Valyrian, please, be calm. And just this thing's looking at her and I will say it yet again, I'm not sure how much CGI, if they actually built a puppet, but fuck, that looks awesome. Holy shit. And just, she's looking up there. And like you said, she puts her hand up, she calms it down. And I like this, you see its eyes and just like, it does calm down. And all right. And just in her, everybody, the music is swelling. You're like, whoa, this is right there. I mean, that should be screenshots in your phone. Like, holy shit. Things like Godzilla. And like you said, even technically Vhagar is the biggest, but don't for a second think that this fucker is not that much smaller than Vhagar. This thing's pretty big in its own right.
And but like I was saying too, back to what I was saying, the fact that Vermithor just let her like put her hand out and like even like just press her hand against like his snout and everything. Like if you go back to season 1 when all the kids are in the dragon pit and Luke and Jace and Aegon are like learning the commands for their dragons, and Aemon's there as well. He's learning, even though at that point in time he didn't have a dragon. He goes down further into the dragon pit because of the prank that the boys pull on him. He comes face to face with Dreamfire, who is actually, it's said that Vermithor is the second oldest dragon after Vhagar. Yeah.
Definitely.
But it's said, they say here that Vermithor is supposed to be the second oldest dragon. He's actually the third oldest because Dreamfire is actually older than he is.
Now, to my knowledge, Susan, this is because I remember this. This is the first time on screen we're seeing Vermithor, correct?
No, Vermithor was actually seen in season 1, episode 10, when Daemon went down to the dragon pit and he was singing in High Valyrian. The dragon that came to him was Vermithor.
Oh, shit.
And Daemon didn't touch him.
Suck at that. Yeah, bad stuff.
Vaemond called him, but Daemon didn't touch him.
Yeah. I had to keep this right here. But like, boy, look at that shot. Of course, I'm thinking to myself, laughing. So, okay, who among you would be the first? Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Exactly.
Looking right there. Okay, so everybody who wants to be first to go test that thing, and you're like, shit. And she does say the fact that, hey, guess what? Now Rhaenyra does tell these people that, okay, at this point, the dragon's got to choose you. The dragon, it will speak for itself. Not much more I can do. I'm about to be out of here. And I have nothing more to tell you. Let the dragon speak. And
like, I'm not saying that Rhaenyra could ever mount him, but at the same point, like, it's
okay. I read the books.
This poor guy.
Everybody here, it's like, number one, he probably shit his pants by now. Can you blame him?
More than likely.
Like, look, this guy, you're looking up like this dude. I haven't read the books, but he ain't making it.
No,
I just can tell. And of course, and she just watches. He's looking around, and and again, just man, look at that.
He knows that there's someone in that crowd that's going to mount him.
Yeah,
it's just a matter of who's it going to be.
Now, to me, it was a small hint, and definitely watching the episode again, making stills. He does actually look at Hugh. He looks at him and just looks over like, I see you, and I could eat you, but like he kind of just ignores him. But he does look at him for a second.
Yeah, like he doesn't breathe fire at Hugh.
This poor guy, but boy. Look at his eye too, so it's like the foreshadowing, just like I'm sorry, red shirt, but you're about to get it.
It's like,
Yeah,
bruh,
and here it comes.
you may be a Targaryen bastard, but like,
like
that's all there is to it, bud.
he trusts Paul Rhaenyra. Like, I shall tame you. No, actually, and he
No,
opens
you're
up
not
and
going
boy,
to.
and besides, I don't know how Hugh was survived that fucking the aftermath of that, but he doesn't just light him on fire. It's like fucking 6 people together.
Yeah.
He's throwing
Well, he was
fireballs out
further
there.
back, and Ulf actually
True.
like
Yeah.
falls off of the landing
Yeah. We'll
and
get to that.
survives.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Your Grace, we must go away. We must go. And she's like, no, this has to be done. And this said, these poor guys, I kept that like, man, being burned a fucking alive by a dragon. Jesus Christ. So as you said, Ulf there was up there, and people are falling off, and he falls off into the fucking pit. But also, hey, look, a dragon's got to eat, and he just had some fresh He said some fresh barbecue. I mean, he's a big boy. He's got to.
I mean, I would do the same thing.
And again,
if I were a dragon.
If you haven't watched this episode, I would tell anybody check on YouTube. This whole 5-minute sequence, it's like watching a Godzilla movie, because this bastard is like literally setting people on fire and eating them. They're fucking screaming like, holy shit.
Not for nothing. Like, I'm an asshole. I know I'm an asshole. I don't care if I'm an asshole. I was laughing my ass off during this freaking scene. It's okay. Yes, I am. But it's like everyone goes there, they're like, yeah, maybe I can tame a dragon. It's like, no, you can't.
Yeah, so poor Ulf. So he did fall down. He gets up and he's underneath. And he's just like, oh shit. And you can tell. I knew something was up.
I survived.
Even because it was kind of hinting away the fact he's been telling these bullshit stories, but he's still alive. And hint. But so of course, he.
But are they bullshit? That's the thing.
What I'm saying. Well, at this point, we're not sure yet. So that was kind of the point of his character.
You don't know.
But Hugh, and he's just, some people are still alive, and just as fucker again. He's hungry. Got to eat some more people. His dinner's not done yet.
But this says a lot too, because when Rhaenyra is talking about Vermithor,
look right there in the back, Sue. This poor guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like, Jesus Christ.
But when Rhaenyra's talking about him, and she's saying like Vermithor, he may not be the largest, but he is the fiercest.
That's like the 5th person he's eaten. You bastard! Damn, you fat. God Almighty.
A dragon's got to eat, man.
Oh yeah. So we come to right here. There's this poor woman, red shirt number 65, and it's her and Hugh, and just. And also, I made this joke.
Sue, Star Trek.
I knew you haven't watched The Acolyte. I'm gonna throw a quick jab. See, in Game of Thrones, right, when a dragon sets stone on fire, these are charred bodies all on the ground. Stone doesn't catch on fire. Stone doesn't burn. Acolyte. So,
but the thing is okay. So, under normal circumstances, normal fire, it wouldn't, but it very well can melt.
Oh no, I'm just saying. But that was kind of the joke that, like, in the Acolyte, they actually had a stone castle. The fire kept spreading in stone castles, and fire.
The only way that fire would spread inside a stone castle in any way, shape, or form is if there's timber or kindling in that castle.
Yeah. So now Hugh has to prove his worth, and he's screaming like, "Here I am!" And just boy, so
to save that girl's life at that point, because he's like, he doesn't know that the dragon's going to choose him.
Oh no,
he's just like, I have nothing else to live for. Let this girl make it out of here alive.
Yeah, and just like he's yelling, "Here I am!" Lets her get away, and just boy again, right there.
Like, come on!
Look at that fucking screenshot! Like, boy, goddamn!
And Vermithor is just like,
he's still got fire in his throat too, because you look at his mouth, he's fresh from blowing fire and looking Hugh up and down. Now you'll tell me in a second, but so Hugh's like, I'm ready to die. Now I'm not sure if that played into it or he already chose him, but like maybe Hugh had to fucking prove his worth to Vermithor. I'm ready to die. I'm ready. And right there, I knew something was up. And he's just like,
I think it's a little bit of both.
I love this part right there.
Yeah.
Like that was fucking badass where he's just like, just kill me then already, dude. I'm ready to face you. Yeah. And Hugh just had to, at this point, he lost his daughter. He told his wife wanted to become a dragon rider. I'm not sure how much was suicidal or how much he had to prove himself, but fuck it. Just tell this big Godzilla monster that let's go. Yeah. And what's he do? He calms down. And right there, I'm just like, okay.
But by Hugh's stance, he's still standing there like, okay, like, what's going on? Like,
yeah. And I will say again, these dragons, it's cool. Like it's calming. It's not growling as much. It's closing its mouth. You're seeing its eyes. Like, boy, I'm not sure how much is CGI versus animatronics, but like, Jesus Christ, this is awesome. This is the best dragon.
It's all CGI, dude. Like, it's not even the fact of like animatronics. These dragons, like, if you go back to freaking Game of Thrones and you look at like 2/3 of the things, they would literally sit freaking Emilia Clarke onto like a freaking like plush horse in front of a green screen with a ball on the freaking head.
Well, I was telling some friends of mine, if you look at, and anybody watching this, you look back in Jurassic Park, what made that so iconic was like when the T-Rex's foot came down, that was actually, they actually built the T-Rex's fucking foot.
And it was animatronic.
Yeah, and plus the Raptors, most of the Raptors were actually guys in suits, but they mixed with the CGI. So I'm just saying, some of these shots,
sorry.
it wouldn't put it past me.
Not to get off track, the greatest thing in the world for me ever when it came to Jurassic Park wasn't watching it when I was a kid, wasn't watching it like by myself, watching it with your freaking nephew when he was 4 years old, and he starts laughing when the freaking T-Rex eats the guy off the porta potty.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And he just goes, bah, he ate him while he was taking a poop.
Yeah. My whole point was just that, maybe they could have been some animatronics, but either way, and I'm not gonna, I'll play it when we're done, let you talk. But my favorite part right here, the soundtrack. So he looks up, he's smiling. I earned it. That right there, the music was playing. Fucking excellent soundtrack when Rhaenyra knows that, okay, we got another dragon rider. All right, cool.
Yeah.
And so now poor our Ulf here, he survived, doesn't know what the hell's going on. And one guy said, well, at first, how the hell did he not see this big fucking dragon? Number one, from his point of view, it's pretty fucking dark. We're seeing a wide shot, and the color, this dragon blends into the goddamn rocks. I could easily see if you're holding a fucking torch into a massive cave, this thing's skin color, it's the exact same skin color as the rocks. It could easily be mistaken. Now, Susan,
well, that's the thing. There's like, he steps into a freaking clutch of eggs.
I was going to ask you that.
He doesn't even realize.
Because my friend Lance asked that. Now, at first, he stepped into an egg. I thought the egg broke. I rewatched it again because I had different still. When he steps into the clutch right there, it's like his foot misses the egg. It's almost like a big pouch. So he technically steps into it, but he does miss an egg. He didn't actually destroy a dragon egg.
No.
Right there. And he's looking around because, again, behind him, he doesn't see it behind him.
Here's the thing. He couldn't destroy a dragon egg. The scales on a dragon egg are about as tough as the scales on a dragon itself.
Okay.
You can't destroy a dragon egg like that.
Yeah.
And like when he realizes too here, like that she's not gonna eat him.
A whole he's like, hey, I hear something behind me. Oh shit. Like But yeah, it gets up and again, it's all the dragons, all fantastic. This again, Susan, to my knowledge, the first time we're seeing this dragon on screen, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, and just
we are definitely seeing for the first time.
Fucking design on this dragon is so badass.
I mean, look at she's the huge. Color
and
and you don't realize how huge she is.
Like I said, there's a cluster right there. So his foot went through right there. So his foot, even he wanted, but his foot did miss the dragon egg. He stepped in the pouch. So
yeah.
But and it's pretty cute because it's almost like, and said, how do you describe it? Like a kitten or a fucking cat, but she's nudging him with her nose and she's almost fucking with him. Like, again, dude, he's terrified shitless, but we know, like, if this thing wanted you dead, it would have already eaten you.
Oh yeah.
So
it's like when Jon meets Daenerys' dragons for the first time, like Drogon could have easily eaten Jon, but he didn't. Freaking Rhaegal, like, he lets Jon ride him, and Jon doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. And he, like, as he's, like, standing up, Jon's, like, falling back. And, like, you can tell the dragon's just fucking with him because it's like, yeah, fucker, like, I'm your mount. Like, I'm gonna fuck with you.
Yeah. So of course, after and again, just like that, look at that fucking design. Like that is just, I don't care how much CGI it is, but holy shit, it's hard for me to say that. I would say that probably yes, Daemon's dragon, the Bloodworm, has like the coolest neck design, but the rest of the dragons, in and of themselves, the individual teeth, the scales, the snouts, the eyes, just man. But
like you were saying earlier, it's nicer with this. Because there's more dragons that we're seeing than just like the 3 that Daenerys had in Game of Thrones. Yeah. And you see the difference between all of the dragons themselves. There's not one dragon in this series that looks exactly like another.
Yes. Yeah, like, they're all different. Yep.
Like closest being Silverwing and Vermithor. Yeah. But the thing is and something that people don't realize is Vermithor and Silverwing are like act connected, dragon wise. like, and this is talked about in the books, and a lot of people attribute it to the fact that their former riders, being Jaehaerys and Alysanne, them being married for as long as they were. Yes, they suffered like 2 estrangnements in their marriage, but for the most part, they had a very peaceful reign. They had a very peaceful marriage. Their biggest issues were their children most of the time, and then subsequently their grandchildren later on.
Yeah. Okay, so of course they call it Silverwing, but it's the big black dragon, and finally he has that look on his face of like
right now
smiling.
She looks black.
Well, I'm just saying, in the light, but it looks like a big black dragon. But yeah, he smiles like, "Hey, listen, it didn't eat me." And maybe, I mean, I'm not sure if he at this point he understands what happened, but like, all right, cool.
I think he does. Yeah. I think he actually does, because
he's like, he's back like, oh, thank God.
Because he's like, if she didn't claim me, I'd be dead.
Yeah.
So
we get back here. They're talking about some more bullshit, and Lord Ormond Hightower makes slow progress, and I didn't know. Ormond, they always call him Otto. I actually didn't realize his name was Ormond.
Nope. Ormond is Otto's brother.
Oh, so there we go. That's why. But yeah, so they're talking about Prince. So what's Prince Daemon's dragon? Tessarion or
Tessarion?
Okay, have we seen that yet?
We have yet to see Tessarion. Okay. So Tessarion's actually a light blue dragon, and when we see her, because Tessarion's also a she dragon, so when we see her, we'll be able to differentiate her from, say, Syrax or Vhagar or Dreamfire.
They're telling Aemond, they're telling him the progress, what's going on, and in the background, you keep hearing, hey, dragon in the keep, something's going on, and people are screaming, and Aemond's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And the Hightowers will be unstoppable, and like, what's happening?
And you have like this little moment too where freaking Wild and Larys, they look at each other, and they're like, so remember how I told you that people spotted Sea Smoke with a rider, but it's not Sea Smoke, it's Silverwing.
And Silverwing, of course, and just I'll say it again, just the fantastic CGI, the dragon flying around. You can tell this poor bastard, he's on his dragon, he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, just like he's trying to hold on,
not die.
Exactly. But I mean, we don't know this right now, but he's just there to be a distraction. But just this poor guy's, he's having fun, but also scared shitless.
Yeah.
Well,
because his main objective here is he's going to be leading Vhagar back to Dragonstone to see.
Yeah, we see right there. Oh man, just great shot of him flying overhead, and to say that the detail in this dragon. Oh man, chef's kiss. And like you said, it's obviously not a black dragon in this light, but in the cave it looked like a black dragon, and this reason it's called Silverwing for. Yeah, and like he's flying away, and of course, Aemon, hey, let me get on my horse. And who's this new dragon? Well, yeah, that's right. He probably doesn't recognize Silverwing, right?
No, Aemon didn't grow up on Dragonstone, so he doesn't know Vermithor and Silverwing.
And we haven't seen her, but I always say yes. I mean, it's the camouflage, but just the fucking size of this damn thing. Holy shit.
Well, she's too large to be inside the dragon pit. Like Dreamfire can fit. Of course, Morgul and Shirkos, because they're like baby dragons, they can fit.
Yeah.
Sunfire could fit. Even Tessarion, if like Daeron makes it back to the Red Keep, could fit. Vhagar, being the oldest living dragon, she cannot fit inside the dragon pit. Yeah. She was born on Dragonstone. She was born inside those caverns. She's the only dragon that could grow to like that size.
Yeah. Yeah, so what does Aemon do? Hops on her, and I'll just always keep saying I love the little details on her wings, just how the little tears here and there, and her battle scars. And she's older, she's seen some shit. And
she survived the conquest of Westeros. Like,
yeah,
she literally, her freaking like original dragon rider of the Conquerors, Visenya, was a badass freaking like warrior queen. Like, she's been through some shit, and even her other freaking riders after, like, Laena Velaryon alone is a fucking badass, despite how little time we got to know her.
Yeah. Now, this is the first time, like, as a friend of mine said, that we've seen Dragonstone from this distance in this shot. Usually we see it just when they're on there, and just shows how big of an island Dragonstone is and why it's so important that, it's hard to get there Besides Corlys having the fleet, but like, you know, these guys would have to leave there on dragons or ships, and it just shows you it's like, yeah, she's confined to this one area. You know, for her to get King's Landing, it's going to take a big army and shit.
Oh
But
yeah.
so, and he doesn't know this Aemon that he's being set up, but and very quickly he understands. He looks over with his one good eye and like, hold up a second, and yet again, I'll say, man, the detail. I love the fucking holes on the cheeks, just showing
Oh yeah.
where the fuck. Because remember, the fire comes through their fucking throat, but like when they spit it out there, it comes through the cheeks to add to the flames,
Yeah.
and just small details like the individual teeth right here, the tongue, and just man. But so right there, no Vhagar, no, and he's speaking High Valyrian, and Vhagar, you know, and he notices that, hey, wait a second, I kind of see something in the distance. Vhagar probably notice it, or Vhagar doesn't care. But hey, turn around, you know, flee, go back because I'm being set the fuck up. And I don't care, maybe cheesy, but Jesus Christ, Sue, I got some fucking goosebumps because the music is playing. Rhaenyra walks out, you see one dragon, two dragons, three fucking dragons, and you're like, oh shit.
So that right there, that is Vermithor.
Yep.
That right there, of course, is Syrax.
Yeah.
Up there is Silverwing. Sea Smoke's not there at this point in time.
Yeah.
But you see.
Dope.
Oh, and Syrax, dude, like when this dragon has Rhaenyra's temperament. Like that is her baby.
Yeah.
Before her babies.
And plus, I mean, I'm assuming, hoping he would be on her side, but we're still not seeing Daemon. So right now, it said as we have three dragons right here, plus we have Sea Smoke, and also Daemon as well. And we're not sure because you're away using the bathroom. But I was mentioning with Rhaena, I'm assuming is going to be taming her dragon, and of course, if she does tame her dragon, coming to Rhaenyra's side. But Rhaenyra, I mean, yeah, I would wager that Hugh and also Ulf, they're just there kind of for show because they just got these dragons, so they really couldn't do much. But it is a big warning for Rhaenyra to Aemon, like, hey, listen, motherfucker, now I got more dragons, and now my two dragons that weren't tamed, they are tamed. So yes, you have Vhagar, you've got one, I got five. Yeah. So back the fuck up.
Plus, let's not discredit the fact that even though Moondancer and Varimax are much smaller dragons, they are still rideable dragons. They are still quick. They are still.
I mean, I'm not sure how much time it would be. Adrian, thanks for stopping by. I mean, you figure it would be all flying from Dragonstone to King's Landing and back. I mean, it seems like it's a pretty short distance. I mean,
it actually is. Yeah. In all honesty, Dragonstone is off of the Blackwater.
Yeah, because definitely too. Remember when the whole point of him King's Landing, he was laughing but kind of holding on, so you can tell he probably just got it. The dragon just left there because she probably said, "Listen, it's been like an hour. I need you to show." You know, what he did was take Aemon and go Aemon down, have Aemon follow you because and just to show Aemon. And I would say too with Rhaenyra, she's still doing this because she doesn't. Well, she wants this war, but hopefully this is gonna damn sure intimidate Aemon, where it's like, yeah, you got Vhagar, but now I'm ready for you.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's the end of the episode, and that is episode 7 Driftmark. And we have a couple minutes to kill, Susan, but everybody who stopped by, because I've never had this many people watching me live on Twitter, like 300 people. Thank you guys so fucking much. Really appreciate it. I'm sorry if this may seem kind of quick, but I hate being 2 episodes behind. I'm working, my cousin's working. We're both blue collar people. And yes, I did think the episode 5 and 6 were pretty a 25-minute. It's like a 25-minute flight,
yeah.
Probably. But and yes, I did think that episode 5 and 6 were kind of dragging. I feel like this episode did make up for the lack of the pacing for episode 5 and 6. This had so much going on between Adam and Alan, between Rhaenyra and her son Jace. Daemon is finally going to be fucking off Harrenhal because he's got his goddamn army finally. Susan, you were away when I said this, but I respected Oscar Tully there, the kid. That kid was just the brass balls, and that kid talking to Daemon like that was so satisfying. I did like seeing Paddy Considine as always. Some ghosts, for Daemon to Viserys. And yes, Rhaena had a couple of scenes, but Rhaena probably getting her new dragon. There was a lot this episode. Maybe the one scene with Alicent just doing her like soul searching, I could have did without. But overall, a very, to me, solid episode. One of my favorite in the series, and I have to say it again, man, we got like what 7 dragons this episode. Like this seemed like how much did this cost? 100 million just on this fucking episode alone.
So yeah, we had Cyrax, we had Vermithor, Silverwing, Sea Smoke.
It felt like the Game of Thrones small folk got there fast.
Vagar.
Vagar. Yeah, the speed of dragons does seem to vary, Adrian. But I mean, from seeing when Rhaenys was fighting Aegon and Aemon, they do seem pretty quick though as well. But yeah, and just said it's not much more I can say about episode 7 Driftmark. It's I think made up for the past 2 episodes. I would say before we go into the finale, I'm hoping, and I did cheat a little bit, the whole like on the finale of Game of or House of the Dragon. I'm assuming next episode is going to be a big ass battle sequence. Susan, you would know this. I'll let you do a small prediction because I'm not sure how much in the books, but look at this point. Besides Vagar, they have like one other dragon. She's outnumbering them 5-1, but I would say to get into season 3 that some people on Rhaenyra's side have to die because if they kill Vagar, then Rhaenyra automatically wins.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming. Do you have predictions? Because next week's the finale, this Sunday. Some people, it's House of Dragon, boys and girls. It's Game of Thrones. Not everybody's making it to next season.
So obviously, Aemon wants Helaena to join in the fight. Helaena,
His sister.
Yes, but Helaena is not. Rhaenyra is more of a warrior than Helaena is.
Okay.
Helaena, I've said this in the past. She's very delicate.
Yeah. Plus, she's not all there, so.
She's not all there.
Yeah. Like,
she just lost her baby.
It was like 5 episodes ago. You know.
Like, don't matter.
Well, do you have predictions? I mean, because I'm not sure what happens in the book because some things aren't always the same. But I'm assuming next episode, Susan. Some people got to die next episode. They have to at this point, right? I mean,
this early on, everyone who's there right now, so to speak, these guys probably not. Well, I can't say these guys probably not. So the next death, if I'm correct, is gonna hit pretty fucking hard.
Yeah, and we're speculating too, because again, remember, sometimes things do change from book to TV. I'm not sure, but
Helaena and her dragon will be flying around in circles.
Yeah, we'll see. Hey there, Ishid. So yeah, it's true. It's just out there. She's probably talking to sheep and stuff, petting them. Like, what the hell?
Well, she's more into like freaking bugs than she is into animals.
Yeah, I can't see her do much in a battle. So right now, I mean, because by all accounts, but besides Aemon having Vagar, boy, it's like, okay, so Daemon has Harrenhal, Daemon has Riverlands people. Now you have Corlys and his massive fucking fleet. You've got 6 dragons. The Greens are fucked.
Yeah.
I mean, as going into next episode.
Let's not forget, we still have the Northerners that are traveling.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
In the middle of winter.
I forget about that. Yeah. And they should be here.
Plus, she sent Rhaena and the 3 younger boys to the Vale. So they also have the Vale army on their side. But in comparison, House Tyrell, they never enter the war.
Okay.
For the reason of they don't want to get involved because House Targaryen was the one that brought them up to the status that they're at. And they don't want to get involved and choose one side over the other.
Yeah.
Which you can't blame them. The Dornish don't get involved either because Dorne at this point in time is not a part of the 7 Kingdoms.
Okay.
The Ironborn, they're iffy. You can't trust the Ironborn.
No.
But Rhaenyra right now has the Riverlands, the Vale, and the North on her side.
Yeah. I mean, she's dead. By all accounts on paper, she should be winning the war. But of course, we don't know the season's coming. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the season finale is going to be. I'm expecting some big fucking battle sequences, some big dragons.
By comparison, though, Aegon's side has the Stormlands and the Westerlands.
Okay.
As well.
Yeah.
The Crownlands, I mean, at this point, they're for Aegon, but that's because they were conquered by Aegon.
Yeah.
And they originally all sided with Rhaenyra. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. I, of course, know the outcome, I guess.
Well,
if they
I don't want
stick to it.
Yeah, I'll wait to read spoilers until we hit
Proper.
Sunday. And so guys, because our work schedule is Sunday, hopefully, possibly Monday night, can hop back with Susan. I mean, we can't go on right after the finale because our work schedules, but I do appreciate we usually go on a Tuesday. This was it wasn't planned out, but I would say that anybody watching, whether it's one person, 1,000 people, thank you so fucking much for checking us out. We're just two idiots that are cousins, drinking, talking about House of the Dragon, all new people and the super chats. My friend Richard to Cam. Let's talk pop culture. It's Sheed. Everybody, thank you for joining us. We're just here to have fun. And yes, I would say that other panels I've been on that, I do admit season 2, I don't like it as much as season 1, but I still like it. And a couple slow episodes here and there, but I overall still love House of Dragon. I'm hoping episode 8 will be fantastic. There has been some filler, but I overall still enjoy this show. And yeah, we're gonna stick with it. When we'll be on doing the finale, possibly Monday night. Maybe we'll go again next Tuesday night. I'm not sure yet, but we will be covering the finale. And thanks, guys. I truly appreciate it. From the bottom of my fucking heart. And anything else you want to say, Susan?
No. I
Cool.
think we covered everything. We're good. Well,
I'm sorry.
We'll see you guys for the finale.
I'm sorry if like 2 hours we kind of dragged down a little bit. We were covering 2 episodes, and it's hard to people always go like on live afterwards when it's hard. We actually have to go to fucking work. So
yeah.
But
right.
Okay, guys.
So, I'm gonna leave the studio right now, guys.
Yeah. All right. So in the stream, we'll see you finale. Again,